Hey everyone, welcome to the Honey Flow Show. Good to see all you guys this week. Hope you guys are doing well. Welcome Facebook and YouTube as well. So if you guys are on Facebook or YouTube watching the show, make your way down to twitch.tv/DJ Honeyflow TS. That's kind of my new name. That stands for talk show. So again, it's twitch.tv/DJ Honeyflow TS. We got some great special guests that are coming on, you guys. I've done a few raids with them as well. They're such a pleasant couple. And we're going to talk. We're going to definitely see where they got started musically, how they met. I'm going to get the real tea on them. They're actually from the Bronx, New York, Boogie Down Bronx. Hopefully I said it right. Boogie down, Bronx, New York. And, lots of talent coming out of there too. So we may talk about that too. Make sure you guys are coming to Twitch. That's where most of the chat will be happening here on Twitch. And tell a friend. So we got Realdjrich in the building and his wifey, Sweet BX as well. And she does a lot of raids, Soca raids, and all kinds of different raids on Twitch too, and organizing things. So it's going to be good I rarely have couples on, but when I do, it's going to be good. I'm going to be asking them a lot of questions. So let's bring them both in. And if you guys have any questions, drop them in the chat as well. Make sure you guys are adding them too. Hey, how are you guys doing?
Hello.
Hi.
Hello.
Happy Wednesday, everybody.
Good evening.
Yeah, I like your decorations in the back. They look so festive too.
Thank you.
Your Christmas decorations. It looks
Christmas
great.
tree.
Yeah, it looks great. So I was curious too. I know we're going to have people filtering in soon. We got DJ Fugo from New York in the building. How you doing? Good to see you. First one in the chat.
Fuego.
Yeah,
DJ
how you guys?
Fuego.
DJ Fuego, how you doing? Good to see you as well. So are you guys originally from the Bronx, New York?
Yes, I am originally, born and raised in Jamaica. By way of Brooklyn, I ended up in the Bronx.
Okay.
Yep. And I was actually born in Manhattan, but been in Bronx all my life.
Oh, nice. What could you say about the Bronx that's kind of different or special from any suburb in New York or someone across the world like myself coming from Canada? I mean, I'm familiar with New York, but for someone that really isn't, what would you say maybe your particular suburb has to offer?
One, to live in New York City in general, the Bronx, or any borough, you need strength, determination. And as far as the Bronx go, the excitement is the party place.
Yeah, that's so true. Isn't there what artists can you guys, I mean, there's probably so many to list off, but is there any artists that you guys could think of that came from the Bronx or growing up? I mean, there's so many, but is there anyone that stands out?
Well, for me, growing up here in the Bronx, I grew up with a lot of the DJs in my neighborhood, Cool Herc, Grandmaster Flash, Breakout, Uncle Red, Red Alert, and stuff like that. Those guys, is who I grew up around and stuff. Africa Bambaataa and stuff like that.
Man, I don't know what's in your drinking water, but I feel like you guys have something special going on there because there's so many people, like not even just in the Bronx, but right beside, like there's just so many people in New York, So what kind of water do you guys have down there? I think it's some magic special water. I don't know. There's so much talent there. Yeah.
Like I said, you need strength to drink anything out of New York City.
There's also
we were raised on this, whatever this piping water is.
If I'm not mistaken, too, didn't Ralph Lauren hail from New York, from the Bronx too? I think Ralph Lauren. I think so too.
Oh, that's cool. I didn't know that. Interesting.
I think so, if I'm not mistaken. Yep, a lot of designers. Yes.
Oh, nice. DJ
It's
Echo.
a gambit of things here. From designs to DJs to you name it, they're all here.
Is there any rivalry between? I don't even know if you guys consider them suburbs. To me, they feel like full big cities. you know, the Bronx, Brooklyn, and Harlem, all those different places. But is there kind of rivalry between each place, or not really?
Of course there is. You're always gonna have rivalry.
Mhm.
You know, we argue all the time about where hip hop comes from, you know, who started it first and all this stuff. We always argue about it. But it's, I think to me, it's in fun.
Mhm.
You know, I don't think we haven't killed anybody, at least not lately. I don't know of.
Yeah, it's true.
You know,
It's interesting
maybe
you
back in the
say.
days.
Yeah, and you said you're Jamaican, so I
Yes.
almost assumed like maybe Trini or, you know, Guyanese or something because of all the soca and everything that you play. Um, so I just kind of assumed that. But are you guys both Jamaican or?
No.
She is now.
Yeah, pretty much.
I know, and by marriage, right? No, I'm actually my dad is black. He was born in North Carolina, and my mom is Irish and French Canadian descent.
Oh, nice. Okay, yeah, you look like you could definitely be Spanish as well, Dominican, or you probably get that a lot,
Yeah,
like
a lot of people have
Latina.
told me that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But
Puerto
I took
Rican.
Spanish in college, so I can read it, I can write it,
Yeah.
and I can speak it. But a lot of times, if there's words that I don't know, then it just throws me off. But if it's words that I know, I can basically get the gist of it.
Yeah, for sure. Hey, how
Yeah.
you doing,
Mhm.
Jen B? Make sure everyone's adding Jen B. She does a show. You could drop the link, Jen B. I was trying to get on it the other day on Spotify, and it's a different app she does a show on. So make sure you guys check her out. We got DJ T Easy in the building, DJ Fugo as well. How you doing? DJ Echo, and a
Yeah.
few new faces in the building. Definitely your tribe. I could see your tribes coming here
Yeah,
for
I got the
sure.
Body Black Boys in the house. I got DJ Fuego bringing the fire all the time. DJ T Easy, the captain, as we call him,
Oh,
from
the
from
Island
Island
Raiders.
Raiders. Welcome in, guys.
Nice. Yeah, welcome. Hey, we got
Chili
Misha V.
Cakes.
Cakes. How you doing? Good to see you, girl. Hope you're doing well. Yeah, so good to see you guys. If you guys got any questions, drop them in the chat as well. This is Real DJ Rich and his wifey, Sweet BBX. So we will get into some relationship questions later. We will get the real tea on the both of them, you know, a little bit later. I'll go easy on them a little earlier, but
Yeah. Yeah.
I was gonna ask you guys, where did your love start with music with the both of you as well?
I guess I'll start. I mean, I've always loved music. Growing up, I've always loved music. Every Saturday, I'd basically, when my dad would get up and go to work in the morning, he'd leave like about 6 o'clock in the morning. I'd get up and my mom and we would play music. So my mom has a very, very eclectic, huge assortment of records. She still has all her 45s and her 33s. We would play the music all the way from the back all the way to the front. And then every week, when my dad would come home on Saturday, we'd go to the record store and go buy records. So every time that she wanted records, she'd put them on the list and then we'd go and get them. And then the guy who used to own the store, he knew that she wanted the records. So then he'd be like, I got your record for you. So come, I'll get it. So yeah, but it's everything. Me personally, I love it all. I love country. I love rap. And when I say rap, it's old school rap, LL Cool J, that stuff, not this new rap that we have out now. Not going there. Some of it I'll
Yeah.
just because of the beat, but other than that, no. What else? Obviously, freestyle is my thing. I love freestyle. That's just because I grew up with it.
Freestyle.
Brother, yeah, my older brother, he was just totally into that. He used to go clubbing all the time. So I have an autographed picture of TKA that he got for us when he used to go clubbing.
Oh, wow. Oh,
That I
that's
have. Yeah.
cool. Yeah.
Mhm.
Oh, nice. That's awesome. So
Yeah.
yeah, you do. So then how did you get into soca? Because you do a lot of soca raids and different things. How did that happen then?
Well, that comes from him. He likes, that comes from him and by meeting him and listening to all the soca all the time. So I decided when he was doing his Sunday streams and trying to figure out what he wanted to stream, then I was like, well, why don't you do soca? So then we started doing, so every Sunday he does his usual Sunday set. But then I said, why don't we just do like one Sunday a month, which we dedicate it to the first Sunday of the month. And obviously, you've been on a couple of them with us now. I figured if you just do Soca Sunday and you do it every, not every week, it doesn't get boring. It stays fresh.
Yeah, for
And so
sure.
that's what I want to do. I want it to stay fresh, as well as my take on it now. I already have 2025 already set for the entire year. So because I am a planner and I just love to plan. That's
Yeah,
just
I
me.
noticed
She's a
that. Oh
pimp.
yeah, I gotta look that up.
She's
I
a
don't know if
pimp.
it's already done. I gotta look that up too.
It's already
Yeah.
done.
Oh, it's
Yeah.
already done.
I
Okay.
just
Yeah, she
yeah, I
set
just
out
have
like for
to
the
plan
entire
it.
year, guys. I was like, oh
Yeah.
shoot, I don't even think I'm
Yeah.
there for the following week. Sorry, I'm listening. I'm just trying to fix something to get you
No,
guys
you're fine.
get
So I just
something.
figured I just like it and I like it to be fresh. And my goal is to also have like a couple of the DJs that are on there. Obviously, we have Rich, who's one of the main DJs. We have DJ King David, he's also another main DJ that's on. He's got his 2 o'clock slot that he always asks for. That's me.
Yeah.
As he says, that's me slot.
Yeah. Do you guys ever link with like Soca Vault and like because I've been on a few of their raids and Watakilla and that kind of crew because they're heavy into Soca
We
too.
have spoken to them,
Hmm.
a couple of them actually, and they just didn't have the time to jump into ours since they're so locked into theirs. Because
Okay.
their sets are like every week, same schedule, so they didn't want to come out of it to come into ours. But that's fine.
Yes.
We find others that are also into soca, and we pull them in, and we keep it going.
Exactly. Do you think
Like
it's
I
kind
said,
of a limited audience for Soca on Twitch or no? Or do you think there is a pretty big audience? I know I've had other DJs. I won't say who they are, but I mean they're from New York too, some of them, and they said, "Hey, you know what, Honey Flo, don't do like they actually gave me advice and said, don't do reggae, don't do soca, don't do Caribbean music because it's just not as popular." But I'm like, that's also my heart too. That's in Toronto. Toronto's very similar to New York and the UK in terms of how our musical taste and collective, right, with other cultures. It would be impossible to be a DJ out here in Toronto and not be able to play anything culturally. So I was like, I heard what they're saying, but I was like, nah, I'm not going to really follow. I've never been one to kind of follow the crowd, anyways. But what are your thoughts for the both of you guys on that?
actually, I think there's a bigger crowd than most people think, and we didn't find out how big it was until we started actually doing it. We have people reaching out to us all the time saying, let's do that. We've done a couple reggae ones. We've done the
Well, that's what I was going to touch base on. We also have another raid train. It's called the Reggae versus Reggaeton raid train that we've started
Oh,
doing.
nice.
We've done it 4 times now, and
Yeah.
I already have. Again, I have it set for 2025 already, and we're only going to do it 6 times throughout the year because, again, I don't want it to be boring. I want it to stay fresh. When you constantly keep doing the same thing over and over again, I feel that it gets a little boring. And there's so many DJs out there. Twitch is amazing. We got so many people out there. We're all listening to the same thing, and we're all in the same crowd. So we like to constantly keep reinventing the wheel.
Yeah.
To say to speak. So I like to constantly, yeah. My brain is constantly thinking,
Yeah.
And then we also have another one where we only did 1 volume, but I want to do another one. It's just called Caribbean Medley. So on that one is basically you can play anything from the islands.
Oh,
it doesn't
nice.
have to be soca, it doesn't have to be just reggae. It could be anything from the islands, but as long as it's Caribbean Medley. And of course, I swear, I tell him, I think I must have been born Jamaican or just from the islands because I got it in my blood. I got that rhythm in my blood. It just goes. He'd be here playing Soca Sunday, his music on Sunday, and I'm in the kitchen like dancing up a storm.
Nice.
Trying to get coffee and whatever. But yeah.
Yeah. Well, let me know if you need anyone or any fill-ins for that because that's definitely up my alley for sure. And even playing something different like reggaeton, Afrobeat. There's like Amapiano. There's so many genres, right? Lovers rock. I've been told that a lot, but I don't even care if I play for myself because lovers rock, like I love. So yeah, there's so many different genres. I may need some patois translation. Real DJ Rich, maybe you'll be able to help me out with that. I don't know.
If not, I'll call my mom in.
Oh my God. His mom, oh my goodness.
I love
she
that.
She talks so fast.
Yeah.
His mom is a character.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah? Yeah. Yeah, I might need that with the dance hall because some of the dance hall I'm playing, I'm like, "Oh, wow, I didn't realize
Well,
how
see, that's the thing.
crazy bad it is," but it's such a good beat, but it's just
Hmm.
yeah, not lyrically the
Yeah, I
best.
like the old school. I grew up on the old school reggae, the ska and all that stuff back then. The Lovers
Nice.
Rocks and all that stuff. I grew up on that stuff. So
Mhm.
hearing it every weekend in my house, constantly, 24 hours a day. And that's it. That's what my mom played. So it's beautiful. I love it. It's always going
Yeah.
to be there. So I want to extend out further to that. But like you were saying, as far as the different genres and stuff like that, I play everything. I
Mhm.
don't care.
Yeah.
I play Bollywood, I play Bagra, you
Nice.
name it, I will play it.
Yeah.
I have no shame in that. I think every genre has its moment and its time. And as DJs, we mix it all together. Open format DJs, that's what we do. So in that sense, you always hear different things coming from me. You never know what I'm going to play once I sit and get in back of that thing. That's it. You
Yeah,
know.
that's true.
But you
Hey,
know
we
what?
Go ahead.
Sorry. What's also the good thing about him as well as a lot of the other DJs that we have out there is because when you're on all these different raid trains,
Mhm.
especially when they're open format, you never know what somebody's going to play. And it's so nice at times, like if that DJ was not in the other DJ's stream right before they
Mhm.
got rated into, it's so nice at times to realize and see how you can segue and how nice they segue their music into the next. It's just nice to work with all these different DJs and to
Mhm.
see the power that they all have and just the camaraderie that they have with each other. It's amazing. It's awesome. I love them all.
Yeah,
Mhm.
for
Ones
sure.
that
And
we played. Mhm.
everyone's got such a different flavor and taste, right?
Mhm.
Like, would
Right.
you guys say
Exactly.
like the East and the West Coast DJs are so different, and
Mhm.
then when you check out other countries, it's entirely different too, right?
Yeah.
The vibe?
That's
Yes.
it. No
Yeah.
two DJs will play the same song the same. You never get that.
Yeah,
Even with you
exactly.
playing, when you're playing, you will never play the same song together.
Mhm.
Laughing. That's one of the comments. Polka.
Mhm.
Yeah, Dirty
I can play
Banana
polka's not a
Bartender.
problem. I got you, bartender.
Good to see you. He says you play polka as well? What
I
was the
got you, boss.
weirdest genre that you've ever played? I think mine was playing for, it was like a Muslim wedding and, they wanted a woman DJ, of course, and if it was Afghani music, but the
Ooh,
letters are like this long. So I think the
yes.
weird like and everything looks similar to me and everything sounded similar. Like, when you listen to a soca beat, if you don't really know who's who, it's like the same beat, right? Like merengue,
Mhm.
soca. But
Yes.
like Afghani, when you don't know the language and it's this long, the letters, and they're all yelling at you, play this, play that. I'm like, I don't even, how am I going to get through this night or this wedding, right?
That's a
So that
good
was
thing I
the
like
weirdest.
about it.
What about you?
Um,
What have you played like something that was really outside your box?
I I've played the Muslims music. I am Muslim, so I
Hmm.
have played that genre of music myself. I have actually played a little bit of Japanese,
Oh,
um,
cool. Okay.
and stuff. Like I said, I'm not scared to play anything or try it.
Hmm.
Let me take a second here to say, hey, I'm shouting out my body bag boys, my brothers and stuff in here watching me right now and stuff. DJ Echo, Mike Sessions, and all those guys. Those guys actually, I must say, they kind of pushed me when I first got into Twitch because
Hmm.
I was not ever going to get on Twitch.
Really? Why?
You when I first heard about it, I was like, nah, that's not for me. I can't do that and
Interesting.
stuff like that. And to be honest, I never thought myself to be even good enough to be there with the rest of the DJs.
Really?
Right.
Wow.
So
It's interesting.
this one
Yeah.
reached out to Mike Sessions and started a
Mhm.
whole conversation about me. Now I'm more old school where I like to DJ but don't like to talk. At
Mhm.
least that was it back then. And she told him about that he won't talk on the mic. He won't even touch the mic. So Mike's first thing to me was, your first assignment I'm giving you, go home and use the damn mic.
Yeah. But you sound good on the mic, though. You
That's
guys
what he
got
said.
I love your accents, by the way. I like it. I don't know how
I'll
to
try. I'll
describe
try.
it. It's like this little like between you and your wife. You can tell like Bronx coming out. but it's just a little tinge of it, like little, not like super thick. But I love Bronx accents.
No, you won't hear you won't hear the patois come out of me unless I get really pissed off.
Oh, okay. Well, we're gonna have to get you pissed off this show.
Yeah, and then it's a whole different ball game we're going into.
Oh,
That's like my friends too.
yeah, that's funny.
Yeah.
I know a lot of people say a lot of people tell me I have a heavy they call it just a New York accent. But then like once I go to North Carolina and I hang out with my cousins, all I need is a day. I start sounding like I've been there all my life.
Oh yeah, that's so funny. Yeah, I know you have a very nice accent, very nice voice. Well, we're glad you're here. It's interesting because like every DJ, it doesn't matter how good they are. They always say that. Like it doesn't matter if I interview a big streamer, small one, medium size, they all said kind of the same thing. So I feel like it just shows that we're a lot more human than we think. You know what I mean? Like you look at the most confident person on social media and you're like, oh, wow, like there's no way I can do what they're doing. And yet they have insecurities too, So it's good that you jumped on and now you're using the mic more and you have a great mic presence, like voice. And you do a good show. Yeah, you guys do a good show together. Let's see. Dirty Banana Bartender says Rich plays K-pop as well. Yes. They like bugging you, I think. What was the most outside the box genre that you guys did? I think Iranian, Persian, and Afghani was the most outside the box, but the most creative different event would probably be like doing it in 10. I did a corporate event in 10 different languages, and it was just literally freestyled because I just saw, okay, there's Chinese, there's Indian people here, so I wanted to surprise them. So when I pulled out their tracks, they're like, what? Like, how did you know our music? Right? That's what's kind of special. Have you ever like gone to an event and DJ'd and kind of surprised someone too with what you were playing?
Yes. Oh, yes. And I love doing that too. The guys nicknamed me Mr. Motown. And I can mix Motown up in so many different ways. And I surprise a lot of the older people when I play it. And I just like it. It's music, like I said, we grew up on this stuff, kids from the 60s, we grew up on it.
Yeah, that's true. Oh, DJ Echo BX says, I did a Punjabi club for 6 months and never had played that music before. Wow, that's amazing. And they love to dance too. DJ T Easy in New York says, what is it? A Colombian wedding? I'm going to mash that up. La Gorta Fria at a Colombian wedding. That would be amazing too. So yeah, what's the most outside the box genre or kind of event that you guys did? Drop it in the chat. We got Miss Garcia in the building. Good to see you as well. Fugo, good to see you, and everyone else coming through. If you guys got any questions for them, definitely drop it in the chat too. So let's see here. Yeah, I'm just looking here. Okay. So then when did you actually start Twitch then?
Ooh, 1 year ago as of last Friday?
No.
Oh no. She keeps track. I'm sorry. She's
okay. Rich started Twitch early October. He got his affiliate November 15th, 2023. He created a Twitch account for me in the middle of October because I kept saying, what are you doing? He's like, I'm on Twitch. I'm like, what is Twitch? So then he goes, okay, here. He created my account. So that's why I got my name, Sweet TBBX, which is kind of almost part of one of my email addresses. That's why he did that. So then I did mine. We've just been on. And then so he actually just made his 1 year affiliate November 15th.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. He just made his November
1
year affiliate.
Yeah.
My 1 year affiliate will be February 5th.
Okay. So you guys are fairly recent. I thought you guys were on for like years, like some of the rest of us. Like it's going on like 5 years. Wow. So a year that's super recent. Wow.
Yes.
And how did you guys come to Twitch? Because obviously most people knew it as a gamers app and came during the pandemic. You guys came a little later.
Actually, it was a friend of mine that told me about it at first, and He's not actually. You probably heard him. DJ Doc X,
Okay.
the youngest one of our body bag boys. His father actually, comes around. We DJing here in the house, and he's like, "Why don't you go on Twitch?" I'm like, that's like I said. The argument was, no, not me. It's not for me. I just want to DJ and stuff. I don't want to talk to nobody and stuff. He said no. So reached out to Mike Sessions once again and was telling me about it. And I went over there. He kind of sat me down and said, "You should do it." Because I'm kind of semi-retired anyway, you could say. So I'm home. So that became my job in a sense.
Yeah, I was going to ask because a lot of DJs actually came back from retirement, like they stopped music for years, including myself for a long time. So it took like kind of the pandemic and just recently, for a lot of people to jump back. So did you kind of retire from the music too for a while?
Well, I actually was playing when I first started playing was back in the 80s, late 70s, early 80s. Then I left for the military. Once I got home from the military, actually it was my daughter that got me started back up on it. She wanted to do her birthday party, but she couldn't afford a DJ. So she's like, "Don't you DJ?" Or used to, or something like that. And I was like, "I guess so." So I ended up doing her party, and that was the first kickoff to starting again. Plus, from that party, I got a couple others, and we kept going from that. Then we did yours.
Yeah, but you missed the whole part of what were you doing in between after the military. And then when you came out of the military, you were in IT.
Yeah. Yes.
Oh, okay. So you went to IT. Yeah.
Yes, as an engineer. Yes.
Okay. Nice.
So military nursing, come out, engineer.
How long were you in the military for?
With everything in total, about almost 11 years, just about.
Oh,
About 10 and a half, almost 11, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's a long time for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, to be in it. And that's an adjustment too, going from that and then the tech field, right? Like that's such a huge adjustment.
Well, when I first came out, I stayed in nursing for a little while.
Mm-hmm.
And I didn't like the politics. You want to help somebody, in the military is different. Somebody needs help, you help them. And that's it. Come out here in the civilian world, so much politics about everything, the care you give, all that stuff. And I couldn't adjust to that.
Yeah, I could see that.
I couldn't adjust to, hey, you paying $5 for a Tylenol and stuff like that. I'm like, no
Oh my
way.
gosh, that's crazy.
So
Yeah,
I did that for a while, and I said, no, that's it. I'm done. But before that, I was a paramedic. I'd done the EMT line. I did the paramedic line. I've done all that stuff medically. So she's getting mad at me, and I'm going to tell you why. Yes, I've done all that. So
you've probably seen a lot then being a paramedic as well, right?
Sometimes too much.
Oh, wow. I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. That's cool. You've done a lot of different fields.
Yeah. So been that well. I was also a cook. So, I've done that too. I used to cook for the IRS agents in Alaska. So I've been around.
So who does more cooking, wifey or you then?
It's just about even, I think.
Ooh, it's even.
But when she's working, I try to cook more.
Yeah, it's about even. I mean, when I was working in the office 5 days a week before COVID, I'd come home. I always have a hot cooked meal. Ooh. Saturdays, it's pretty much, sometimes if we didn't want to cook, we'd order. And then Sundays, I would usually cook. But now, since I'm still working remote, I only go in once a week.
Yeah.
Technically. It's pretty much both of us. We both pretty much cook. But when it comes to breakfast, that's all him.
Oh, yeah?
I don't cook breakfast.
Good. Yeah, that's good.
I don't cook breakfast. I will eat it, but technically I don't really eat breakfast. I'm not really hungry. So I'll have my coffee and then that's it. That's my breakfast. But yeah, if you want breakfast cooked, you got to go to him.
Oh, nice. How you doing, Father Dan? Good to see you. Yeah. Okay.
Good evening.
Yeah. I notice with you guys too, because sometimes there's a lot of like friction for sure that I've seen between DJs, like and their spouses or their partners, because one is all in on Twitch and the other one just doesn't understand. So one's so absorbed in this online world, which I get how that could cause friction, right? But I notice with you two, you guys really complement each other like pretty well. Like you guys are both involved like online streaming, which is kind of rare as a couple or a married couple. Or sometimes I'll see, like, I won't, call out all the guys that I've interviewed, but some want to keep their personas as well, right? So they kind of just don't, and their wife has agreed to it. They just don't want to show that they're married, like kind of live that
Right.
single persona type of life. What do you think? Do you think that's a good thing to do, or do you think that could be kind of a bit dangerous, like when you're married and you're kind of putting on that persona? What do you guys think about that?
Well, for me, I would say it depends on the person, the couple.
Mm-hmm.
I think, with us, we do everything together. So, and stuff. But we're both on Twitch. She's got the bug, and then all of a sudden she's actually took off a lot faster than I did with the knowledge of doing things. And stuff, starting off as my mod, and then from that point she started becoming a gamer, and then now it's like, what are you doing? I'm over here. I'm asking her what she's doing.
That's so funny. Yeah.
No, it's funny. I would just say, I think to each his own. I mean,
Mhm.
everybody has their own opinions and how they want to run their life. But like you said, like with us, we pretty much do everything together. When he said he's going to DJ, obviously, I came up when I heard about, okay, you have to do, the DJs have mods. And I'm like, what's a mod? It's a moderator. I'm like, well, obviously you're new to Twitch, so we can't just expect you to ask somebody that we know to be your mod. So I'm going to have to learn how to be a mod. So I basically, with the help of a couple of mods, and one of them helped me, my Kuya, who's in the chat in the beginning, he helped me. So I learned a lot from them. And then I just took it from there. And then, of course, he laughs at me because I tell him one night I had this massive, crazy dream that he just kept getting these raids, and I was the only mod. And I was just losing my mind because the chat was just going so fast. Yeah, it was just a freaking nightmare. But yeah, but now it's like I eat, sleep, and freaking dream. And I'm thinking of things. I create commands on the spot, and I'm doing this, and he's like, can you just shut your brain off from Twitch for a
Yeah,
second?
totally.
I'm like, I can't.
Yeah.
It's like, it's just
So
there.
funny.
So
Yeah.
like I said, I just think it's to each his own. Because like we just do a lot of things together, and I feel by me being there for him, I'm showing him all the support. But just because you might have a DJ that's on there and maybe their spouse is not on there, doesn't mean that they're not supporting them with what they're doing. They are supporting them, but they're supporting them in a different way.
Yeah, that makes sense. Oh, that's so
they're
cute.
supporting them, but they're supporting them in a different way. Mhm.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, that's true. Oh, Father Damien asked if you're a Filipino. I didn't guess that. No, she mentioned her mix. You can mention it again if you want.
Oh, because I said kuya. Oh no, because I said
Oh,
kuya.
oh, you said kuya.
That's one of the things
Kuya?
with Twitch. We're learning different languages.
Yes, I learned kuya.
Dirty Bartender is actually the one that taught us about kuya and stuff like that, calling him brother, and ate for sister and stuff, between him and oh my gosh.
Oh, well, thank you, Banana.
And Mouse Squeaky,
Mouse Squeaky,
which we miss. She's the other one teaching us all this stuff, these languages.
Yeah, we're learning Hawaiian, learning Filipino.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yep.
Yeah.
You learn a lot on Twitch.
Oh yeah, you definitely do. And you kind of sound like how we were in year 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, I think, because we're definitely like lived, breathed Twitch, like always thinking about concepts and raids and different things to do. So I understand that if you guys are kind of year 1, because we're very, very much like involved, right? Once you get to year 4 or 5, then you're like, yeah, I'm good. I'm good to just turn on my computer and leave. You know what I mean? I need to do better. I need to go on everyone's shows. I apologize for everyone for not, but usually when you do a long stream, you just like shut off social media, right? And want to do something else. So, but that's really unique that you guys, how you doing, Lady G? Good to see you as well too. Make sure you guys are adding her in the room too. Dope streamer and DJ too. So like it's unique that you guys are able to do so much together, and you guys actually say, hey, we like doing things together. Like, I don't know if you guys realize how rare that is these days, but that's the first thing I noticed from you two, like how you guys go back and forth and how you kind of connect. And Yeah, and you guys actually enjoy doing things together, which is amazing,
Sometimes.
Yeah, sometimes. 'Cause how long have you guys been married for?
Oy.
Of course. I'll give okay, so
For
he's
10
gonna look at
purposes.
he's gonna look at me now. So I'll just give you the whole relationship
Yes,
breakdown.
yeah, we wanna hear the
Together
whole
as in
tea.
relationship wise, we've been together for 25 years.
Wow.
But we've been married for 11. Where are we now? 20.
12, yeah.
Yeah, 11.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Wow. And how do
Yeah,
you guys don't
11.
even look
Oh,
old enough to be married 25 years. It's a
no, I
crazy
take it
thing.
back. No, hold please.
Longer.
You
Hold
guys look
please.
very
I just
young.
made a mistake. Oh, we
Mhm.
do. Thank you.
Thank you.
I think we've been married for
I'm an old man, as she always tells me.
No, sorry, we've been married for 13 years.
Okay.
13 years.
So how did you guys meet? Was it like in junior high or elementary? I'm trying to calculate here.
No,
Probably
she was a
elementary.
stalker.
Oh, okay.
She
We're
was a
not going to
stalker?
go there. You really want to know?
Oh,
Okay,
yeah,
so
we're gonna go with the
this
stalking.
is, this is
Let's
going to
get
be
into
there,
the
and you guys are going to
tea.
laugh. I knew you were going to ask this question. I really should have brought it out. So basically, we met on the number 2 train.
Oh my
We met
gosh, number
on the
2?
number 2 train. Was it the number? Yeah, it was the number 2 because we used to take the 2 to the 5.
Oh, I
Yeah, so
love
we met on
that.
the number 2 train. He lived on 230. He used to get on at 233rd, and I used to get on Burke Avenue. So every time I would get on the train, he would either be in one seat, like right there, or either down the other end. And then, like when you get on a train, or a car, or you go someplace. I know I'm laughing at bartender. You get on a train, or you go somewhere and you see the same people all the time. You just constantly like nod, say hi or whatever, right? No train aisle 2. I love it. So we would just constantly keep saying hi to each other in the morning. And then when we get off the train, we get off the 2 train at 72nd Street. We'd end up on the same train again, going to the 1 train, and we get off at 57th Street because I used to work at 57th and 7th. That's when I met him. And he worked on 55th between 9th and 10th. So we'd get off, and then one day he just walked right by me. We were walking through the tunnel. He's like, "Good morning. How are you?" And then we just started talking. And then as we started talking and we became friends, we asked him his name and whatever. And then I asked him what he did. He was like, "I'm in IT." I was like, "Oh, great." I said, because I have 2 computers that I need fixed in my house. So then eventually we worked it up, and he's going to laugh. He's going to say something now.
Yeah, that's a story.
Eventually, he ended up coming over to check out the computers because one was mine and one was my niece, because my niece used to share my room with me at the time. So he came to check them out, and yeah. And we just went from there. We just became just good friends, and it just kind of went from there. There's a lot more to it from there, though.
Go for it.
How in deep do you want me to?
Hey, go as deep as you want. We're all here.
Okay.
We're all
So,
here
all
for
right.
this,
So,
guys.
since he really wants it to be an open book, so basically, when we did meet, he was married when I met him. I was engaged.
Oh, wow.
we kept, yeah. So I was engaged, and that was my second engagement. And we were, and basically, eventually, when I broke up with the guy that I was with, him and I were together for about 5.5 years, and we never got married. So it just, like I said, we just became friends, and then he was going to school, and at the time he was going to college, and then I was going to college as well too. I was working and also going to college. So you know how when they had AOL, all the chat rooms,
AOL, yeah.
We actually ended up one day getting married in the chat room after we started having a relationship, because one night, I forgot what it was, we were talking, and he was asking me like, what do I see in a guy? What's your type? What's my type of guy? And I'm like, I don't know. I'm like, I don't really have a specific type. MySpace. Oh my God, MySpace. Secret Lovers. Exactly, Banana.
I feel like
Now
we should be
know,
playing
now
this
you know
song.
the song. You get
Secret
it, Banana.
Lovers.
Yes, we were. It's just so funny because I was like, I don't really have a type. I said, as long as you're respectable, you treat me right, whatever, it's fine. And then I was like, well, what's your type in a female, in a girl? And he's like, well, look in the mirror. I kind of just like took that and like, okay, I'm just going to shut it down. So I shut it down, and I was like, sorry, but you know what? You're married. I don't deal with married men. I just can't do that. And I held out for as long as I possibly could. And that was months. And then to a point where I don't know, I just couldn't anymore. And I personally, I feel bad. I really do. But at times you can't help who you fall in love with. It just happens. And I tried to fight it, and it just was not working for me. And then I had to
it definitely can happen, that's for sure.
Yeah, and it did. And I mean, I'm not happy about it, but I also think the way our relationship started and the way that we came about is what makes us stronger as a couple, because we've been through a lot of that. So it also makes us stronger as a couple together with a lot of the ups and downs. And I mean, to be perfectly honest with you, we broke up like 5 times. And the times that we broke up, he's the one who broke up with me, because I kept giving him ultimatums, basically saying, you can't have your cake and eat it too. You need to figure out what you want to do. I know you're married. I know you have kids who were at the time, the 2 of them, where the one was 8 and one was like 9. I said, I get it. I said, but also in the same time front, you can't have a house that's not happy, because your kids see that you're not happy. And they know that you're not happy, even though they're young. I said, so you need to figure out what you want to do. Is it me? Is it your family? If it's them, then it's fine. I mean, obviously I was going to be hurt, but he needed to make up his mind. So he kept breaking up with me. And then he's the one who came back to me.
Oh my gosh. Wow. This definitely sounds like a movie. So how long were you married with the first wife for then?
Well, when you guys got divorced, I think you were 25 years.
Yeah. Yeah.
You were what? You were married 25 years prior?
Yeah.
I'm so confused right now. When did you get married? In elementary? Like, you look so young. I can't figure this out right now. My brain isn't calculating. He looks
he's
like
coming
his
up on the big
age,
60.
guys. What?
He's coming up on the big 60.
No, I don't believe that. Lies.
Yeah. Like I said,
wow.
like she was saying, with us,
I thought you were in your 40s. That's why I'm
at
like,
that
what?
point, my marriage was already failing.
Yeah. Yeah.
It was getting to a very drastic part of my life. I mean, at one point, I actually thought about taking my life because of it.
Oh, wow.
And like I said, there was times where I probably would have done it if I didn't know her. But once we started talking and stuff like that, there's a lot of things that she helped me with. You know, like I had diabetes and stuff like that, and I was not taking medication. I was supposed to, but I was not taking.
Wow. Yeah, you definitely need to.
For me, more take care of the house, take care of the kids, don't worry about me and stuff. So I was letting myself go in that sense. And she said, She asked me, she goes, what are you taking? How much is it? And whatever. So she started buying my medication.
Oh, wow.
You know,
jeez.
And in my heart, her showing me that kind of love, you know, it helped me to make my decision what I wanted. You know,
Yeah.
because the other way was not going the way I wanted it to go, no matter how hard I tried. Things were just not working.
For sure.
You know, cut that part short a little bit. You know, we ended up coming together, and we've been together since.
And it's 25 years for you guys too, right?
Yep.
Have you ever thought, I'm just curious, because of how it happened, like, have you ever thought that maybe, like, have you ever had at the back of your mind that maybe that could happen to me? Like being married, like the way how you guys met and the way it kind of happened. Have you guys, either one of you, have thought that, like, in the marriage?
I think we might have both.
What?
Thought you could leave me or I could leave you for somebody else?
No, I don't think that way. I don't think that way. You might think that way, but I don't.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Well, that's interesting, your story. Thanks for sharing. I appreciate that. And I find it interesting you guys
Excuse me,
met.
guys. This is Luna, for those who don't know, aka
So
Lunatic.
Is that like a
Gotta
husky?
be with daddy and mommy.
Or is that a husky?
Yeah, she's a husky.
So beautiful. Oh, wow.
Behind us, kicking me in the butt.
Oh my gosh, you got 2? That's like two big kids to take care of.
Yeah, Dirty Banana. Come get your dog.
I know.
Oh man. Yeah, that's a lot of kids to definitely take care of. We got Charmaine the villain too, dropping some funny comments in the chat. Dirty Banana says soap opera of the Bronx.
Yep,
Let's
they'll come
see.
borrow these Huskies anytime.
We got DJ Craze in the building. Good to see
My
you.
brother.
So
Good
you guys,
job.
Can we just stop one moment? DJ Craze is actually the head of, he is the general of the Body Bag Boys.
oh, okay,
Yeah.
nice.
Yes,
How you doing,
yes.
Craze? Good to see you as well. So yes, make sure everyone in the room is adding Real DJ Rich and Sweet B _ BX as well. Their social should be running through my chat here as well. And feel free to hit the follow tab on me as well. This talk show, well, this is my existing page, but my new DJ page is under DJ Honeyflow Music. So yeah, I find your story interesting too. You never know, I guess, how you're going to meet and how life is going to happen and how it works. But it's interesting that you said you met on the number 2 train because, on the Honey Flow show, we talk about finding love in aisle 2 of your grocery store or restoring the love in aisle 2.
Yep.
So I know Father Damien picked that up right away. He's like aisle 2 and train 2. So I thought that's kind of cool how that worked out for sure. What can you say, like, through your marriage? Because I know, and I'm glad you shared what you did because, it shows that everyone's kind of got a different story and not everything is always perfect and blissful in the way that you would hope that it to happen, right? But it really does take a lot of work in a relationship. So I know there's so many people struggling even on Twitch right now with their spouses, their partners, and a lot of people I've met have gotten divorced recently too after 16, 20 years. Like, what can you guys say to kind of encourage other people? Because I'm sure you've been through a lot of ups and downs too in your relationship, Like, are the key ingredients to make it just keep going and working?
Well, for me, it's basically all I ask for is respect, honesty, and when it comes to the two of us, I know he's probably going to say the same thing because we seem to be in each other's head at times. He's basically going to say, you always got to tell each other that you love each other before you go to sleep. Always tell each other you love each other as you walk out the door because you never know when the last time you're going to see or speak to this person. And we never go to sleep mad at each other. Never. I think in our entire relationship, we've probably only gone to sleep one time angry with each other. And that's him sleeping on the couch. But other than that, never. And we don't get physical. That physicalness, we don't do that, hitting each other, none of that. Once you get to that point, it's done. The relationship is done because you've lost all trust, respect for each other. That it doesn't get that. Yeah.
No, that's good. What about you, Real DJ Rich? What can you say?
I think for at least for me, the openness. If you have a partner you cannot talk to, and I mean anything, tell them what you want, tell them what you like, what you don't like, just about anything. If I can't say it to you, why am I here? Because if I can't confide in her first, there's no reason for me to confide in anybody else and stuff. And that's the way I look at it. People ask me, she's got your phone. I'm like, so what? I have nothing to hide. Everything I have, she knows. Everything I know about, she knows about.
Ooh, you got his phone? Ooh, I'm going to need some pointers when I get in a relationship. I'm going to need some pointers from you.
Never locked.
Yeah. Wow.
And I'm sure if I really want to listen to his voicemails, I'm sure his password is probably still the same as it's been for all these years.
Right.
So,
yeah.
Which I know.
I have no reason to change it.
Oh, wow. Wow. No, that's
because
interesting.
I think to me, when you start doing those little things like locking your phone, talking outside the room or walking away to go talk, unless it's something, you have to do, it brings a little bit of what's going on here. They always say between a couple, the third person in the room is always the devil, right? So don't give him a way to get in. That's my thing. Don't give him a way to get in. There's no reason. He's not coming between us.
But don't you think it could be hard if you're in an industry like, of course, a lot of men get attention. I mean, women do too, depending how they present themselves, like in entertainment, but especially
Hmm.
in the world of online and entertainment. I mean, all the DJs are getting the men definitely get a lot of attention, right?
Well, when you
And
look
there's
at,
also a lot of women that are aggressive. So how do you guys deal kind of with that?
well, I'm not, at least me, I'm not a jealous person.
Mhm.
It takes a lot to get me jealous. When I
Hmm.
start seeing the extra attention and certain things and in certain things, see me, it takes a while. I'll have to look at certain things and I pay attention to it. I'm not just gonna jump at, oh, this one's calling you right now. No, no, no. It's gonna take a while. If I start seeing a pattern to something and then I see it, I pay attention to it, I focus on it, and then I will bring it up. But I just don't react. Some people react too quickly
Mhm.
and they're just too jealous. But yeah. But
Yeah.
I mean, I have no reason to be jealous. I honestly don't.
Mhm. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's good. That's good.
And as far as the attention, for me, I just want to.
Sorry.
Excuse me.
Okay. Oh, shoot, is your dog attacking or doing something? They got 2 huskies, guys. Wow, those are like 2 big kids.
Yeah, we got two Siberian Huskies and then we got a
Oh.
little Silky Terrier.
Move it.
Wow.
Move
Oh,
it.
I think
wow.
they were fighting for a toy.
Oh,
Always.
So
okay.
when they fight for a toy, then guess
They don't
what?
hurt each other. They just go for the toy. Yeah.
It's just
Yeah.
calling to show parents.
Mhm.
I
Yeah.
love you, Fuego.
You're testing
Oh,
us.
man.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's
But like I
test some
said,
guys. If you guys got any questions, drop them in the chat as well.
yeah.
So what would you say is
Okay.
like the most difficult? Because you guys said that you've what was it? You've broken up 5 times or something in the
Oh,
relationship or marriage or?
let me go back to that question you asked before, though.
Oh, yeah, go
Right
ahead. Yeah.
before this one. As far as the attention and all the stuff like that, when I'm outside, if I go out to DJ, only thing on my mind is DJing. I don't let that groupie, or you want to call it groupie, whatever, happen.
Mhm.
I don't have time for it. I'm not thinking about it. My thing is, I go out the door. My first thought is, what time am I getting back? That's it. I don't worry about the in-betweens of that.
Yeah.
You want to come up to
Yeah.
me and say hi, you want a quick hug, hey, that's it. Don't try to get anything more than that. Don't try to squeeze, don't try to do none of that. But that's not me. I'm not into you. I got mine. And that's
Yeah.
where I'm staying.
Well, that's good. Wow,
And
that's
she
good.
knows that.
Yeah. Well, after 25 years, hopefully you should probably know
Yeah.
that, I'm hoping. Yeah. So then how do you keep it, like, fresh, spicy? Like, do you guys have date nights? Like, how do you 'cause, after 25 years, I see a lot of people just become roommates. Like, they literally cannot stand each other. I won't even my friends aren't listening to this show,
25 years?
thank God, but some of
This is
them,
weak.
they literally cannot stand being in the same room with each other, and I'm just like, "Wow, I if this is what marriage is, I don't know if I really want," because I see that a lot happening a lot. So how do you keep it kind of just fresh and after so many years, like?
There you go. Well, for me, I think, well, like I tell her all the time, to me, it seemed like we just got married yesterday, like we
Hmm.
just met. And that's the way I feel about her all the time when I see her, day in, day out. Is every morning to me is a new day.
Mhm.
And that's the way I look at it. It's a new day to explore new things, try new things, whatever the case may be. Chase around the house, up and down the steps, whatever the case may be, it's going to happen. But other than that, I mean, we go out, we do our things, we go have dinner, we go party if we have to party. We come home, we play games, we play music in the house. We have our own shenanigan nights when we do things and stuff. Plus, I gotta say, I'm a pain in the butt. I'm a comedian at heart. So and a lot of people don't know when Star Search first came out, I was actually on one of the first Star Searches when they were doing the auditions
Really?
and stuff.
Oh,
Yes.
wow. What were
So
you doing there?
I was a comic.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So I tend to, if you let me, I'll cut up, but I try to keep it under the range a little bit. A little bit.
Yeah.
He
You should
will.
but you should do a comedy type of show if you wanted to. Like, just try it. You know what I mean? Like,
I mean,
try it
I
on.
could.
Yeah, you should do it.
I could.
If you
I mean, there's a
audition
lot
for
of things I
something that
do.
big.
Yeah. I write, I do poetry and stuff like that. I write, I have a couple books published. As some of these guys have seen in their chats, I actually start doing things within their chats, talking to the people in the chat room. I start writing poetry to them and stuff, or about them, and stuff. So, I do things like that.
Do you try to give each other space too? Because it's like if you're working from home and you guys are kind of both crossing each other a
Mhm,
lot and then on
mhm.
Twitch and doing raids, and it's a lot of doing things
Oh,
together.
yeah. I mean, we trust me, we do have space because, like, if he goes out and he's doing his gigs, like he just had 2 gigs last week with one of his the DJ guys. He was out, so while he was out, I had the whole house to myself, minus the dogs, obviously. But when I'm here working, I'm upstairs in the office, which is
Mhm.
basically the same place when I do my streaming where I stream. He streams down here since we had to like basically move my dining room table to the opposite side of the room so his DJ set can be over there. Fuego and Echo know where it's at. They've been here. But yeah, no, we give each other space. I mean, because he's normally not always in my stream. I mean, obviously I'm his mod, so I'm in his stream. He doesn't really come into my stream all the time. He does come in there. When he comes in there, he hangs out, does his dropping the marbles and stuff like that, or whatever, as he says, does his
Cut
cut up and leave. But other than that, for me, when I'm streaming, that's kind of like my relaxation, away from him, away from the dogs. So he gets to deal with the wolf pack. I get the peace and quiet because I lock myself in the room for 3, 4, 5, 8 hours or so.
Oh wow.
Don't
8
ask my
hours.
mod. Do not ask my mod.
8 hours.
The
Hey.
longest I've streamed was 13 hours. That was the longest
That's
I've streamed,
crazy.
13 hours. Yeah. But I also have my personal time too is like, and I don't go get my hair done often, but usually like when I go get my hair done, that is my personal time. That is my
Mhm.
time to decompress and do just me. I call it my Tina time.
Nice.
And then obviously then when I'm working, when I'm not here, he's nothing but trouble. But when I'm not here, that's also, a lot of times I'll go to my parents' house
Leave me alone, bartender.
and then he's here by himself hanging out. So yeah, but I mean, there are also times that we just love being together because we do like the same shows. We watch like zombie shows when we watch TV, because since we've really been on Twitch, we really haven't even been watching TV. So we haven't
Yeah,
even
for
been
sure.
watching the shows. But it's
Mhm.
like we watch all the zombie movies. I watch certain shows on Netflix. We watch the Cobra Kai. We like a lot of sci-fi stuff. So yeah.
Nice. Awesome. Yeah, no, that sounds really good. You guys are doing a lot of different things. So when actually, why don't you explain a little bit about what you do with both your shows, just so people know when they're adding you, the people that are here that don't really know too much about both of your shows. Why don't you kind of mention that and when you guys are on and what you guys do as well on Twitch?
Well, for me, you can almost say every day of the week. Someone.
No, not anymore.
I didn't know
Maybe
you were on
not
every
anymore.
day. Oh wow, I
No,
need
he's
to
not.
log on
You
Twitch more often.
not
I
anymore.
can be.
Yeah.
I can be. You never know. But yeah, basically I'm an open format DJ. I get on here and just, I like to play a lot of different kinds of music, a lot of genres and stuff like that. Do a lot of different things for a lot of different causes. Trying to keep the music as fresh as possible and different when I can. I have a lot of backing from my brothers and stuff like that, and from others within Twitch themselves, like you could see, But to me, that's basically it. I just like playing music for people. It's all about having fun. Listen to the music. We don't judge anybody. We don't. Our area is a no judgment zone. Everybody has their own things that they're doing. They don't come here for us to judge them. They come here to just really release and relax, have fun, joke around, cry if you want to cry, laugh if you want to laugh. That's what we tell everybody and stuff like that. We are here with you. You need a hug, we'll try to give you a hug if we can or whatever.
For sure. Yeah,
And that's it.
definitely.
We
How
want
you
you to
doing?
be, we want you to feel like you're at home.
Yeah. No, that's great. How you doing, Steve? And then sweet B, you could mention too your show as well.
Sure. So basically I stream 7 days a week. He would laugh. If you look at the hours, I've actually streamed more hours than him. I actually have more hours a month than him.
Oh shoot, 7 days. I didn't even realize it was 7 days. You gotta let
Yeah,
us know what times you're on too.
I actually do. I will. So on I stream Mondays, obviously 7 days a week. Mondays I start at 9. I am the end of the fully loaded Monday raid train with a few of the DJs that I mod for. So they added me to the end of their raid train. So now I end their raid train on Monday nights. I also stream, and that's Words on Stream. On Tuesdays, I do. Sorry, that's Marbles on Stream. I do too many different games. Tuesdays and Thursdays, I do Words on Stream, which is my first love of what I first started streaming. When I first started streaming, I was streaming Words on Stream every day for about 3-4 hours, and then I started being interested in marbles, and then I started streaming marbles. So I am actually now on my 4th season of marbles. It just started yesterday, so I haven't streamed it yet this week. So I'm excited to start streaming season 57 of marbles. Woohoo! So yes, Dirty Banana Bartender says I am the rigger of marbles.
Exactly. You try to find different games
Yeah.
to play too.
Yes. So basically, I play Words on Stream, Garthic on Stream, which is basically you have to guess the pictures that are being drawn. Stream pairs, which is basically your old, concentration memory game where you basically have to pick out the two of the same picture and flip them over. And then there's another one that we just started playing the other day. Actually, yesterday was the second day we played it. It's called Emote Search. It's kind of like your no, it's not concentration. Word search. So it's instead of searching for words, you're searching for emotes, and then you have to put the coordinates of the emotes in the chat. So you play it with your chat. So that's fun. And then we also have Crash Word, Watson Music, which is basically like name that tune. And then obviously my new love, Marbles on Stream, which I'm basically doing now. Marbles on Stream 3 days a week, Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays.
Yeah, that's a lot. Wow. Geez.
Yeah.
And what time? You said 9 o'clock on Mondays, but the other
9 o'clock on Mondays, because since I am modding, and then I ended off Tuesdays is 9 o'clock. Wednesdays, I usually start at 7. I actually started doing it at 7 because since I actually have to get up early at 5 a.m. on Thursday, I figured I'd start earlier. And then Thursdays at 9, and Fridays I do it at 7 because for marbles on Fridays since I am a small channel streamer, there's bonus points. So I try to get those bonus points, and the bonus points goes from 8 p.m. on Friday night to 8 p.m. on Saturday night. So that's how I ended up having that long 13-hour stream, because I did basically 120 races we ran one night.
Oh my gosh, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Marbles is fun. My sis be rigging it.
I like the one that the drawing is that the marble thing where
no, it's called Garthic on Stream.
Yeah,
there's
that's
2 different
cool.
ones. There's Garthic on Stream, and then there's another one called Garthic on Phone. The Garthic on Phone one, which I haven't played and I will not play, because that is one where you as the viewer have to guess what I'm drawing. You'll never guess what I'm drawing because I can't draw.
Mm-hmm.
I cannot draw. That's not going to work. The Garthic on Stream is one where the pictures are already there. They're just being drawn out, and us as the viewer, we're like trying to figure out what the guesses
that
are.
would be fun. I got to talk to you about that too. I may try one show like that to music, like something different. But I saw that in a few other DJs that did like a 24-hour marathon, like DJ Hannah Red. I saw it in her stream years ago. And it was the picture thing and the word. And I mean, she did a lot of different things to fill the 24 hours of, doing that. Would you guys ever do a 24-hour stream like Realdjrich? Would you ever do one or no? Because it takes a lot of stamina. Yeah.
I would, but my mods would hate me for it.
Oh,
Well, I'll probably be the last mod standing.
You were
Or
about to.
actually, I take it back. I probably wouldn't be the last mod standing. I'd be the last mod sitting, and then I'd be like, okay, coffee.
yeah. I don't know if I do
Coffee.
24 hours. Yeah, I
If
think
it's
I've
for the
done
right
12 or
cause, I would do
13.
it though.
I
Yeah.
actually wanted to do
If
a
it's for the right
24-hour
cause.
one for my birthday, but
Yeah.
it just did not work out.
Yeah, 24. Yeah, it's a lot. It's definitely
It
a
didn't
lot.
work out.
Oh, well, you never know.
Yeah.
Maybe you guys could do it again. So,
Maybe next year.
have you guys got anything memorable that like was a real memorable show for you? Either a raid coming in, or someone surprising you, or just I don't know, just a really good show for you guys,
Well,
or a few
for me,
shows that you remember?
I mean, for me, I think every show is a good show. You know, it used to be. Let me change that. Oh, let me iterate on it. It used to be when I first started. I used to hate streaming because I was into that, and I think a lot of people are when they first start. They're watching your numbers,
Yeah,
and
for
I'd look
sure.
down. I'm like, I know I'm doing a good job, and I'm like, there's only 2 people in my room.
Hmm.
What's wrong with this? You know, and then the next day, there's only 3 people in my room. And it was getting to me for a while. Then my brothers, both Mike and Echo, said to me, stop looking at the numbers. You're there to have fun. Have fun. And when I started doing that, I mean, the numbers are still there. They go where they want to go. You know, I don't worry about it as much anymore. So I have a statement I always say in my thing. If it's 1 or a million, I'm here. And I'm going to be here till I'm getting off, whenever that time is.
Do you
And
shut
stuff.
off
So
your number or no?
do I what?
Do you
Do
shut
you
it
shut
off?
off? Like I know a lot of DJs just shut off their numbers.
No, I
Like,
don't shut it off.
yeah, because it
I
could
just don't
be
look at it.
a lot of it's psychological, but I also
Yeah.
feel like and I don't know what you guys think about this, but like all these apps, they want streamers here to work, right?
Yeah.
They want you to be on here. But if you go to all the big rooms, even if it's 100 people, you only have like 3 to 4 people in the chat room.
Right.
So when I go to the Green app and when I go to Mixcloud, you can't actually click on your lurkers. It just shows viewers and they have like hundreds of viewers, right? But
Mhm.
sometimes I wonder if they do that purposely to like keep streamers on here to work, right? Because if you had no one there all the time, no one would be doing this, be putting in so many hours online, right? Just to play for
Mhm.
yourself. So I kind of
Right.
wonder if all these apps are doing it and we're just getting fooled. For example, like Facebook and Instagram, I was watching this video the other day and they talked about how there's no point debating and fighting with anyone on Facebook because you're most likely fighting with a bot because they programmed all these bots online to debate, like whether you're
Mhm.
you're red or you're blue or in the states or whether you're this or you're that like or the COVID, the pandemic. So everyone was like fighting, 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 but like they said that they knew what they were doing, right? But
Excuse
they
me.
created this. It's kind of like AI created like a beast, right? So do you guys think that that could potentially be happening online and maybe we're just literally all getting fooled for any
Sorry.
numbers? That's okay.
I'm not sure. Maybe there's probably a lot of things, but like he said, he doesn't pay attention to the numbers. I kind of pay attention to the numbers more for him than he does. And yeah, I pay attention to the numbers, but in the beginning I used to kind of make him crazy because I used to sit at my dining room table and he was at the other end, and then I'd be like, I'd have a piece of paper and then a marker, and I'm writing stuff like, like I'm going like this so he can see.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, drive me crazy.
Because I'm like, I'm trying to talk to you, and I don't want him to have to constantly keep taking the mic on and off or things like that. Because the mic that he has now is like extremely sensitive. So
Yep. Thanks,
Yeah.
Echo.
I know. Yeah, thanks, Echo, for that sensitive mic. Even with the dogs bark and you hear it. It's just funny. But no, I mean, put it this way: everybody's gonna have a good day. You're also gonna have an off day.
Yes.
You just have to take it with a grain of salt and not let it get you down. You just have to keep going. Just keep going. And like he said, since he is basically retired from what he was doing, this is his job now. So he just has to keep going with it
For
and
sure.
just
And
keep
also it's not a
pushing
matter of
forward.
about being good or not. Like the algorithms sometimes show you as invisible. That's one thing I notice on Twitch. A lot of DJs will show live, but they're not
Mhm.
actually showing. Even if you followed them, they're not showing on that list that they're actually live. So they're pretty
Mhm.
much invisible. I've noticed that a lot, quite a bit,
Right.
actually. So I don't know. I think it depends a little bit on luck, a little bit on the algorithms.
Mhm.
I've
True.
interviewed different people that, I mean, like Jay Chalet, for example, in her
Mhm.
interview, she said she had one 90s video that went viral to 12 million people. And then boom, although she's very, very good, it's also with the algorithms a little bit of luck. You know what I mean? I
Mhm.
had another friend
Yeah.
on TikTok. She just started speaking. She's not a speaker at all. My crazy mod, my really wild mod, good
Mhm.
friend of mine, and she started sharing her story. 3 weeks, boom, she got up to like 8,000 people. But
Mm.
it's nothing. It's not equated to whether you have good content or not anymore. It's just
Right.
sometimes how these algorithms work as well, right? You could have a lucky day, or
Yeah.
you may not, you know?
Yeah.
But like you
And
said, to keep going, right?
yeah, it's attention span too. People's attention span change within 15 minutes. You know,
Mhm.
it's very rare that you get people that actually would stay through your whole entire stream. Not the mods I'm talking about. I'm talking about other people that come in the stream that will stay in there that long because there's so many people on, they're jumping from one to the next
For
and just
sure.
to check them out,
Well, you can't even say not even your mods
Yeah,
because you do have a lot of mods that
right,
mod for multiple people at the same
right,
time. So not every mod's going to be able to be in your stream for the
right.
entire stream.
Yeah.
That's why a lot of people have more than one mod because,
Thanks, Fuego.
yep.
Yeah. And some people just,
Mhm.
keep tabs open, and there's a lot of strategy, a lot of different
Mhm.
things happening, right? But yeah, I think
Yep.
the key is to just try to get back to your first love, and that can be tricky, like as a
Mhm.
DJ, right? If you're constantly playing gigs and top 40 or stuff you don't want to play, you lose that passion. And Twitch could be the same way. Sometimes you got to take a break or take a step back to get that passion back again. And it could be
Well,
challenging too if you're doing it full time too, right? So I get that.
yeah.
Yeah. So
Well, I don't think for me it's about a passion. I mean, losing a passion. I mean, yeah, we played stuff. I like to mix things up. I have had a couple parties where I've done where I get requests like every 5 minutes. Put this back on, put this back on,
Mhm.
put this back on. So listen, you see the crowd out there? Everybody's not like you. You have to play the crowd, not you. And they get mad. And I
Mhm.
say, what? Guess what? Hey, that's what happens. I get angry sometimes, I do. But I have to also remember I'm here to entertain, But I also I will remind you there's a multiple people in the crowd there. You have Spanish, you have Jamaican, you have Italians, you got everything. I'm not gonna play just for you. That's what a jukebox is for. If I'm only gonna be playing just for you and not worrying about anybody else, or turn on a radio station, go in your bathroom, whatever. That's fine. You don't have to be here. But I'm gonna play for the mass of the crowd the best I can,
Mhm.
you know. And that's
Yeah.
why I think most DJs that's what they're doing. You can't play to one person. You just can't, you know.
But
You have to
online is so
overall.
different, right, from IRL,
Yeah.
like you can feel and see people in the room when you're doing an IRL, right? So
Mhm.
automatically. On
Right.
Twitch, it's like you don't really know, right?
Right.
Like
Yeah, you could be playing for somebody sitting in the bathroom, who knows? But
True.
hey.
Yeah. The only difference, yeah, that's
Yeah.
true. But I would say also like in real life, like he was just saying, when you can see the crowd, but then you also have everybody coming up to you as the DJ. They're coming up to you
Mhm.
asking you to play songs. Like if you're playing a whole bunch of line dance songs and everybody's on the dance floor, then someone's coming up and they want you to play reggae or this or that. You're gonna automatically mess up the whole dance. You're gonna mess everything up because you're gonna lose. That's happened at times. If somebody wants salsa, then you start playing salsa. The entire crowd leaves, and then you only have one couple on the floor. So
oh, yeah. Yeah,
you have
that's
to
never
pick and choose.
Mm.
But also like in when you're doing it on Twitch, yes, you're not seeing everybody, but also you might have all those viewers, but sometimes it's all about also too when you see your chat. If you're not really seeing your chat filter through, sometimes I think that also might I mean, this is just me personally saying it. I feel like it might be a deterrent sometimes for some of them because they might feel like nobody's there or they're not entertaining enough because you don't see the chat going through. It's like nobody's talking to each other. Or you don't see anything. So that's why us as moderators, we're there to help filter through with the chat. We're talking through everybody. You know, we're doing our little cute little dancing emotes. You know, some people subscribe to your channels just because they love all the emotes.
Yeah, for sure.
They're subscribing because they love emotes, you know, and they want all these dancing cute little emotes, which is fine, which is great. But personally, for me, not on the DJ side, but for me, when I'm doing my streaming, I love everybody to be there in my stream. You know, we're playing the game, we're listening to music, we talk about food. There's always food conversation in my stream, always food conversations, and we're always getting each other hungry.
And shenanigans.
And then we talk about, you know, what movies do we like, what favorite shows and then I make my place it's a safe place. So people can come, you know, if they're not feeling well, if they're having a hard time, they want to express what's going on in their life. It's a safe place. There's no judgment here. It's judgment-free zone. The only thing I ask for is respect, and we treat each other right. No bullying. That's all I ask. But it's a safe place. I have a lot of people that come to my stream and, oh, I love it here. You know, you're great. The music is great. You guys make me feel at home. I love it. It's awesome. And for them to come to tell me that, like, this is the first time you've been in my stream, and you've only been in my stream for like half an hour, and you're telling me this, and then all of a sudden you give me biddies or you give me a sub. That does mean something for my personality. And he always tells me all the time, it's you, babe. It's just who you are. People love you for who you are. Because I was in the beginning, I was like, what am I going to do? What am I going to stream? I don't know what to do. What am I going to say? I don't know what to say. I'm going to be all nervous. Now it's like, can't shut me up.
Yeah, no, that's good. That's good. And your stream is unique too. I mean, there's people playing that do games and stuff, but you know, you do it a different way as well too. So I feel like you have an edge because it's unique, right?
And she interjects me into her stream sometimes, or vice versa.
That's good.
Yeah,
that's good. I like that.
A lot of her streamers actually like to listen to me play. So we've had times where she's on the game, but she'll have me logged in on the screen so they can see also, and they're playing and listening to me.
Yeah.
So yeah, we have fun with it. You know, we're exploring and having fun with it.
We're bringing the Thundercats to his side. We're bringing the Thundercats to the DJ side. And I've noticed a couple of my Thundercats have been hanging out in a couple of my fellow DJs stream. So I'm actually happy that that's happening, because I know there's sometimes a lot of also in the same time front, a lot of I've seen and I've heard a lot of DJs say, well, we don't want to raid out to a gamer. You know, a DJ wants to raid into another DJ, but that's not necessarily true, because there's a lot of DJs that have been raiding out to a lot of gamers now, and vice versa. Gamers are going into DJs. See, just like when I'm doing my stream, usually when it's marbles, I clearly pretty much raid into somebody who's doing marbles, because that's just a whole nother community there. But sometimes when I'm doing a couple of the other games, depending on who's on, I'll venture out to a DJ. I'll do it, and they love it. You know, if your chat stays, they stay. If they don't, they don't. But I also, for me, a lot of times, if I don't know who I'm going to raid out to, I a lot of times ask my chat, who should we raid out to today? Should we raid out to someone who's doing this, or do you want to raid out to a DJ? I'll ask them as well. Or if I don't ask the whole chat, I'll ask my mods who are there, and then they'll give me some ideas. But it's just nice to see the communities going together, because it's not just, okay, here's DJs, here's people who are just chatting, or here's people are games. We're all one, and we're all in the same. It's a humongous platform, and there's so many awesome, amazing people out there.
Yeah. For sure. I just want to say, I just realized this on another computer. Tilt. Thank you so much for the resub, Tilt. Appreciate you. 24 months strong with me.
Thanks everyone for coming through.
Yes, thank you, Tilt, as well, for resubscribing. DJ Baby D for the follow a few minutes ago, and let's see here, and a few other follows. Mariposa, good to see you. We have Tilt again, DJ Baby D, and a few others that came in. No, it's true. I think the first raid that I did was that human trafficking raid train, which was huge for me, all females, a couple of years ago. And I had the idea to invite everyone. So I invited, and that was the first raid train I actually saw on Twitch where people were thinking that, because DJs were always like, only connect with DJs. And gamers. But for me, I'm like, no, I want to try to find as many women as I can that are different. So I found crafters, gamers, talk show hosts, singers. I'm trying to think, very, very creative people. It wasn't just gamers and DJs. It was like crafters and people that did puzzles and just so many cool, unique like women that did different things, sewing, people that did drinks, mixologists on Twitch, right? So
Cooking,
when
everything.
you
Yeah.
think, yeah, I fully recommend that. And then
Mm-hmm.
after that raid, then I notice a lot of the guys start picking up the women, right? Now you see different guys always hosting different people, motivational speakers and bakers and all
Yeah.
kinds of people. So yeah, I would definitely think the more outside the box you are, the more better it is. So I think what you guys are doing and collaborating your streams, that's brilliant. And trying to do that with different people, I think that's really good, you know?
Yep. The only other thing I can say, like when it comes to raids, everybody has their own preference on how they have their channels set. But sometimes, which I think for some, it's a little bit of a deterrent when you have a streamer. I'm just going to say streamer because they could be a DJ, they could be someone who's just doing real life. So when you have a streamer who has their where it's followers only chat, and when they're getting a raid, especially if they're getting a raid for a first time, it's a bit of a deterrent because there's a lot of people who come in with that raid who might not want to follow you just because you have followers only on that chat, and then you're losing viewers because they can't be in the chat to respond to you, because it's basically you're forcing them to follow you in order for them to be in your chat. So for some people it doesn't go well with,
For sure. I had mixed
yeah.
reviews on that, like, because I
Yeah,
was getting some weird DMs and some guys coming at me that were like, I'm talking serial killer-ish guys. And even when I showed my mods their pictures, they're like, oh my gosh, that guy legit looks like a serial killer, Honey Flo. Like, you gotta
yeah.
block. So for me, I think in the beginning, and I know there was definitely a big debate online about this. Should you put follow or should you not? So, and I think I talked about it. Tweak talked about on his show too, Tweak Music Tips, ages ago. And we all kind of debated it, right? But for me, I told them, hey, I put it on because it's extra layer of protection for me because of some things that people don't know that I've encountered online. But I do understand what you're saying, that a lot of people don't want to be forced to follow. I think I
Right.
took it off after a
Yeah.
while. After those
Yeah.
serial killers left my show, I took it off.
Yeah, that's
But
why and that's also why I said it's a streamer's preference,
yeah, yeah,
I mean,
exactly.
because you can't say there's a right or a wrong. That it is a streamer's preference, and if this is their preference, that's the way it's going to be.
Yeah,
But I just know for some people who have been on raid trains with me, and then when we go into the next person, and then when they have it like that, they just
drop
either
off.
drop
Yeah,
off. Yeah,
yeah,
Hey,
yeah.
baby D.
yeah,
Yeah, everyone's got definitely, so many different opinions on different things. So I don't fault, like to each his own, I guess, for people that do, or I understand kind of both sides. Especially as a woman in this industry, it's like, oh man, I want to add, especially if my mods aren't there, like add a little bit of a more of a layer, because then people come in and they act and say could do anything, right? And I've had that on my show where you've had like nasty comments or stuff just being thrown at you or try to get you off kilter on your show, like trolls, basically, right?
Yep.
And they'll just troll you like for the entire show.
Yeah.
So I can't remember. I think I took mine off now, but for a while I had it on. Let's see here. But yeah, Mariposa makes a good point. We follow the chat, then
Yeah.
unfollow if we're not interested. She also,
if you remember to unfollow.
yeah, exactly. But then sometimes you forget to follow, and then sometimes
Exactly,
you
but that's
forget
good.
to say, "Hey, follow," your channel or whatever. You're pretty much invisible if people aren't following you.
That's it.
But yeah, sorry, go ahead.
No, I'm saying, but there are people out there that do that for the attention because they're looking for the attention. They need the attention. Because I don't know if you know, but I'm also on the men's mental health raid trains.
Oh, nice.
I'm
Okay.
part of that group with Miss Garcia and
Juicy.
Ducey, DJ
Awesome.
Ducey.
Yes, I think
And
I've seen you.
we've seen a lot of people that come through there, and we've had some angry people come through there. But once they start talking,
Mm-hmm.
we find out, why are you so angry? And things start to come out, and I've seen a lot of people change. I'm not, like I said, I'm not naming any names, but there's been a lot of people I've seen come through the show that has changed so far and doing a lot better off now. I mean, we do what we can. We're not, like I said, we're not psychiatrists. We're not, saying,
Exactly.
saying we
Yeah,
have all the answers, but we can point you to the right people,
for sure.
and
Yeah.
we're here to listen
Mm-hmm.
and stuff, which is what seems like a lot of people like to hear, and do.
That's why
And
people come on these apps, right? Like,
yes,
there's
yeah,
a lot of definitely lonely or people struggling
yes,
with
exactly.
the more you
You know,
talk to them, the more you're like, "Oh, wow," like, there's a
yeah,
lot of people out there that are on these apps watching your show, that are struggling, right? So that's
right.
what you guys do, the mental health. That's awesome. Um,
Yes.
how you doing, Red Jello? Good to see you as well. Make
Yeah.
sure everyone's adding her too.
Queens in the house.
Dirty Banana, the bartender,
Mhm.
Mariposa. I think Mariposa made a comment earlier. It's yes, I agree with you 100%, Mariposa. Uh, there's still 1 to 2 female DJs with 10 male DJs on raid trains, which is true. We talked about
Trying to
that.
change,
Yeah.
that.
We're
Yeah,
actually working. We're
well,
actually
that's good.
working on raid trains for that. It's called what did I say it was? Ladies United. I think it's ladies. I think I wrote it down somewhere. It's
Mhm.
Ladies United raid train. It's going to be all females.
If you
Awesome.
can get
Yeah,
it.
no,
If
that's
I can get
great.
as many as I can.
No, you
I'm
can.
working
You
on.
can. Mhm.
I'm working on that. Well, actually, believe it or not, we had a lot of them we asked that turned it down.
Interesting. Yeah.
And that's what I said. I was like, that's kind of weird. You turn it down. But we're
Well,
working
there's
on
gonna still be a lot. Like, for example,
it.
when I did that large raid train with 100 women, I got 100 women, but I also in 4 days reached out to 400. That's a lot of
Right,
women. No, it was
right,
396 women, guys. So
right.
basically 300 women basically said no or they couldn't do it or whatever the reason
Mhm,
was. But you keep going, right? Like there's
mhm.
thousands and thousands of streamers. I think there's 10
Yeah,
million streamers or more online on Twitch. So there is a lot of
yeah,
women in this
go.
industry, So when guys are like, "Oh," they think I'm complaining about not having more women in competitions. I'm not complaining. I'm just stating the facts that,
Mhm,
hey, if I can dig for 400 women in 4 or 5 days, then surely anyone can if they wanted more women,
right.
definitely on their trains because there's a lot of streamers out there compared
Mhm,
to I think women doing it in IRL, like, in real time.
mhm,
There's a lot
mhm,
of women streamers, so but that's good, that's good you guys are
mhm,
doing that, keep going, like,
mhm,
you'll find the right women that are on board with it, if you guys need any names I'm fine with giving you the list of people that I've, tried contacting as well, but there's a lot of women out there. Yeah,
Mhm.
so,
yeah.
yeah, keep
Okay.
trying,
Well,
with
what we'll do, we'll set up a link or something. We'll send it to you. You can just pass it out to them and stuff, and then we can get some takers. Do it.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I could definitely try to see if I could give names, to
Yeah,
women that like to, be on different trains and
yeah,
stuff. So going
yeah.
back to you, Sweet Bee, was there, like, something that was memorable for you for the shows that you've done? Like, that 13-hour show, that seems pretty memorable, I would think. That's a long time to do a show.
Yeah, that one. Actually, I think there's a couple. Well, there was one. I would say if DJ Fuego's still in the room, there was one night where
Mhm,
I wasn't supposed to play marbles. I was supposed to do my original words on stream. Then I'm like, okay, fine, I'll do marbles because he asked me for it, and then he came in after we were playing. So that one night, I ended up with. That's not the one that I did 6 hours, but I mean 13 hours. But I think I must have went like 7 hours on that one. That one night, I ended up with 6 raids that one night. And it was just amazing. It was just amazing because we all just had so much fun. And for me, since I am still new to the marbles community, not everybody knows me. So that one night, I in that one night, I got a raid from one of the marble ambassadors, and it was like, wow, I was like in shock because she raided me, and I think she must have raided with me with like 80 something people.
Oh, that's
So
cool. Wow.
that was amazing, and it was just a great stream. you know, and then we just all had fun. But then also, yes, the 13-hour one was really amazing too, because to be perfectly honest with you, I was not tired. I just kept going and going and
Wow.
going.
Did you
But
realize,
then
okay, it's like 13 hours?
I was like, oh my goodness. Yeah, he was already in bed and whatever. I think it was like 8 a.m., 8 p.m. And then I think I must have got off. I don't remember, but yeah, it was a long time.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was.
I kept her fed and
yeah,
hydrated.
he feeds me. I know. And then one of my I call him my primo. He's always making sure I hydrate. He's like, hydrate. I'm like, I think I drank all my water.
Yeah. What's
I have to bring
what's his
up all my waters.
specialty? Since he feeds you and he's like the chef of the place, what are his signature meals?
Oh, his signature meals when he cooks.
Yeah,
Well,
depends.
it depends. I mean, he does cook a good ackee and sawfish. He does
Ooh.
do that. He hasn't done that in a while. He makes his own shrimp fried rice.
Lay down.
Also, let's see what else he does. I mean, he makes a lot of things really, really good. Also, his orange ginger chicken. He makes some good orange
Ooh.
ginger chicken.
That sounds really, really good. Do you guys do anything for Christmas? Like make any specialty drinks like sorrel? I always say sorrel. My Caribbean friends are like, it's not
Well,
sorrel, the Canadian
He's
booze.
made sorrel. He's made sorrel before. He's made it before.
Yeah.
He's made sorrel before. I've made coquito once.
Ooh, I just looked
I
that
made
up.
it once, but I haven't made it
Coquito.
anymore.
I just looked that up the other night. That looked really good because I tried
It
that in
is.
Miami. I was like, that's
Yeah.
Puerto Rican, right? The drink, coquito. I was like, oh my gosh, I need to
Yeah, coquito is
get
the
my hands
frog.
on this. Yeah, it's very, very good.
Yep, it is
Okay.
good. Yeah, I could drink that all year long.
Yeah,
I could drink it all
can
year
too.
long.
I definitely can too.
Oh, let me tell you, when we first moved here, one of our neighbors, she lived upstairs. She made that. We were drinking coquito on the 4th of July.
Oh man,
Oh my God.
that sounds
Hers was so good. I was so twisted that day. I almost fell out the door coming down her stairs.
yeah, that sounds so good. I was looking it up. I'm like,
Almost
oh
everything
man,
else that I was drinking.
it's like a
And we do some
dessert in a cup,
we do some
guys.
great barbecues.
I haven't made it anymore, red jello. I made it one year, but I haven't made it anymore. It was a recipe that I found.
Oh, a recipe,
And
yeah.
we throw some great barbecues for those
Do
who've
you
been
guys?
here already.
Nice. Do you guys ever do any of the carnivals or anything in New York? Like I know they have the Puerto Rican parade. They have, of course, the Caribbean, like the big carnival
No,
there.
not really.
No? Okay.
No.
Because I know you guys are big
I
in
think,
soca and Caribbean music too. So I was like,
yeah,
oh,
I mean, I listen to it and stuff like that, but I don't see myself going to the parades.
mm-hmm.
You know, I don't want to get to a point where something
Maybe
happens. I
people.
don't need to be there. I stay away from trouble
No,
as much
that's
as I
true.
can,
I get that.
you know,
Yeah,
and
I
stuff.
definitely get that. Red Jello, when am I going to have you and your husband on? I'm going to call you guys out. I've been bugging you
Ooh,
guys.
yeah.
I've been bugging them for a while. His schedule's really busy, I think. But
Yeah.
Yeah.
Red
Yes,
Jello,
it
I'm
is.
calling you out. I gotta have you
They're
in.
another amazing couple.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Family right there.
No, that's
Mhm.
another thing I love watching the both of them as well too. Yeah, because there's
Mhm.
very few couples. Like there's a lot of couples and married folk on Twitch, but I when you really see the interaction between different people, you notice like something special, and I see that with Red Jello and I see that with you guys too. And Red Jello and her husband as well too. Yeah.
Oh yeah, Red Jello and her husband are great. We just had the pleasure of meeting them in person a
Yeah.
couple of weeks ago.
Oh, nice.
It was her birthday, so we actually went to her house, and it was really nice just to meet them. And the hospitality that they showed us was amazing.
Yeah.
Oh my God, and the food was awesome.
Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, isn't
Yes.
her husband like a celebrity? Doesn't he did he open up for was it Lords of the oh, I don't even know. I can't remember. Lords of was it the Underground or Finesse? I can't remember. Anyways, you'll let me know. You could drop it in the chat.
Yeah.
Did you guys go to any other Twitch groups in New York? Because I know they have all the bigger ones in New York happening too.
Yes, I was actually at the Twitch meetup this year. That just went through. That was
Okay.
great. Yeah. I
Yeah.
got to meet Miss Garcia in person and a few of the other DJs, you know.
You meet
It was
Jen
beautiful.
Jen? I'm trying to think who was spinning there. Was Flava spinning or spinning?
Mhm. I
play
don't
the
believe
DJ?
so. No, we had
Oh,
a whole bunch of different DJs there. Good
hmm.
Doctor was there. What's the older gentleman?
I don't know.
I'm
There
trying.
was a lot of people there.
Yeah,
I
there was
wasn't
just
there.
so many. Short Wiz, all those guys.
Meister.
Meister was
There's
there.
a lot.
Yeah, it was so many. It
Do
West
you
was so
Coast
see?
many.
meets East Coast.
Yeah, it was a West Coast
Oh,
meet
yes,
East Coast
yes.
thing. Yeah,
You probably
it
saw. I
was.
wonder if you saw Chanel B or Prodigy. They're everywhere.
Yeah,
Like every
yeah,
time I pop up on social media, I'm like, oh, they're in LA. Oh, they're in, New York. Oh, they're on a
yeah.
boat
Mr. and
somewhere.
Mrs. Flacco, Donnie J. It was beautiful.
Yeah,
It was
awesome.
beautiful. I think
Yeah.
we got out of there at 4 o'clock in the morning, almost 5.
How come you didn't go?
Oh, the reason I did not go is because that day was the beginning of my since I work in home textiles, we have market every 6 months.
Mm.
So my market week starts basically on a Sunday, and that
Mhm.
event happened on a Saturday night, and I had to be up early on Sunday to go to work.
Ah,
So
shoot.
I was like, no, and I stayed in the city all that week. So I was just getting myself together to, be in the city all week.
Yeah.
'Cause
Have you
that's
guys
like, yeah, market is crazy. It's a hectic week for me.
Yeah, I can see that. Have you guys heard of DJ? I think it's Mischievous. She went viral in New York. She's an older woman. Like when you look at her, you wouldn't think like she's like totally into hip hop and everything, but she's the older woman that went crazy viral, like all over New York, all over the
Yeah,
world, pretty much.
yeah, we know. I know. I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's the one
Oh,
I showed you the video of her doing at the school.
yes, yes.
Oh,
When
okay,
she was
okay, okay,
DJing
okay.
at the school.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay, okay, okay.
I actually got to meet her in person.
Really? Oh, what was that like? I would love to have
We
her
went
on
to
my
the thing in Harlem or wherever that was with Mike and them.
Oh, the beer thing?
Yeah,
Oh,
we went to the
okay.
bear thing and she was there.
Oh,
That's
okay,
that's
okay,
what, at
okay,
the
okay.
end. That's who I was hugging at the end in the corner.
Oh,
Oh,
okay, okay.
Yeah,
nice.
yeah.
Do you guys see a lot of female DJs like in the Bronx or just in New York
Oh yeah,
popping up a
they're
lot
here.
more? Yeah?
Well, to tell you, I'm sure you're very familiar with her. I actually used to live next door to her. We were very, very close. DJ Jazzy Joyce.
Oh, really?
She is
Wow.
my friend from when she used to live right next door to me in my apartment building. She used to be in my
Oh,
house all the time. So we grew up together. And when my older brother ended up dislocating his shoulder, her mom, who was a nurse, had to help my mom get him to the hospital and everything. But yeah, we still stay in contact. DJ Jazzy Joyce.
oh, that's
And
super
that was
dope.
before she was a DJ.
Wow.
So
Yeah, she's from
we
the
used to
Bronx.
hear all her music and everything coming through the walls when she was
Oh,
practicing.
man, that's crazy. So
Yes.
because she's a veteran, isn't she like a
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
veteran in the
Yes.
game? Hey, if
Yeah.
you
Yes.
could get me an interview, let me know too. That would be super dope.
Yeah.
Especially with the ladies. I want to I try my best showcasing a lot more of them. But yeah, I should definitely look her up because she's a veteran in the game for sure.
Yep.
Wow, that's amazing. If you guys have any questions, drop them in the chat. Have you worked with anyone like or do you have like a really memorable event in IRL that you've done? Real DJ Rich that kind of stands out too in IRL?
Well, most of the time I'm by myself. I mean, there are a couple of DJs I've worked with here, in New York City, some Spanish ones. But most of the things I've done recently has been with, like I said, the Body Bag Boys. We've done stuff together. DJ Craze, Mike Sessions, Echo. Echo and I, we did a Sweet 16 together. Mike Session and I just finished up 2 Christmas parties that we did and the grand opening. And next week on the 18th, we're doing the annual Christmas party for what's the
I
hotel?
think it's either the Sheraton or the
Yeah,
Hilton.
the Sheraton Hotel, their
Mhm.
corporation. We're doing their
Nice.
Christmas party. And that's supposed to be 3,000 plus people. So that's going to be a
That's
big one.
Do you ever
Yeah.
get nervous, like, when you're on stage spinning, DJing, especially for a few thousand people?
I get nervous at first,
Mhm.
but once I get into a groove, I don't even think you're there. I'm just there by myself. I'm in my
And
own
you're
head.
not on the mic much, eh? Like, you're not emceeing or you just kind of
For those
the
kind of
music?
parties, not really. For those
Mm,
things, no. But I must say, I've done some small parties, birthdays here, actually a couple weddings I've done myself. Um, but those guys have actually pushed me more, and they're actually bringing me out more in the public eye. I mean, and stuff to do a lot more bigger things.
What about your big wedding?
Yeah.
Bob's
Oh,
wedding.
Bob's wedding was crazy. That's the first wedding, one of the first weddings I've done. And this was a Star Wars, was it anime? Not anime.
Cool.
Cosplay.
It was cosplay.
Yeah, Star Wars / cosplay wedding.
Where you not only did the wedding, he also did the reception.
Yeah.
And the person that he used to have with him that used to always help him do the emceeing was no longer around. So basically, guess who had to do the emceeing?
Really? You had to do the MC?
So I was a little nervous, but I did it.
I say it all the time. I say it all the time. If my mic goes missing, I am not responsible.
Oh, that's crazy. Were you nervous when you were emceeing? Because that's huge, especially.
I was nervous to a point where I just needed to make sure I got all the bridal party's names right and everything. So I had that all written down. But I always tell everybody, once I have a mic in my hand, you never know and he always says he's not responsible for what comes out of it. Because once it's in my hand and I'm comfortable with the room now, I will just keep using it. Because we do it here when I used to do, before he even got on Twitch, I used to do my Friday night shenanigans on Facebook without him even realizing that I was doing Facebook Lives, which I started doing, and I would start streaming him. And then all my friends from school and family members and all of this, they'll be like, oh my God, you guys are having so much fun and all this stuff. And I'm like, I don't care. I'm in my house. I'm just doing it. And we just I'm just acting a fool.
Yeah. And I turn around and see the camera.
So
I'm over here shaking and everything, and I turn around and the camera's pointing right at my butt.
Yep. But we've done it a couple of times on Twitch too, where I'll take his other mic when he was doing his Friday night shenanigans. But we kind of took that event out because there was just other people that we're all in the same circle, which makes no sense for us to be on at the same time. So we took that one out. Yeah. But he would have his mic, I take my mic, and then I'm talking, or like when you get a raid in, instead of me just welcoming everybody in the chat, I'm welcoming you in on the mic. Yeah.
Oh, nice.
But we basically compliment each other. And then also, like, when, like you have your channel points, right? Channel point redemptions. He has one where you take a shot, which no one has redeemed in a while because, you don't really stream late at night. Instead of him taking a shot, I have to take the shot for him because he doesn't drink.
No, you don't drink at all.
Right. He'll have one glass. That's it. But other than that, he doesn't drink. I'm the drinker of the two. I think I've gone where we've had one night where I think I've had like 13 vodka shots.
Oh my gosh, that's all. I could not be. I could handle one or two. That's it.
Oh no,
I'm like your husband. I can't. 13. That's a lot. You better be careful there. Better be careful there.
Vodka straight out of the bottle.
Oh shoot, man, that's crazy. Yeah, I can't handle. How come you don't drink? Preference, or you just don't? How come you don't drink? That's rare for a DJ not to drink. I know I don't, or else I'll be playing slow jam.
In my whole life, I have never really drank. I've only started drinking since I met this one. I don't know if that's a good thing or bad, but but I don't even drink. No, not even that. Like I'll get a drink so I can taste it.
Yeah.
Since I like to cook, I'll taste it and say, I can use this for a menu or something to mix with something. And that's my thing. But most of my drinks, it's like a sip, put it down, she takes it.
Oh man. She could handle it then.
On my wedding day. I never had champagne.
So she's not slurring over the mic or anything? Like when she's emceeing after a few drinks. She's good.
No, he'll probably take it away if I was. Trust me.
Yeah. Oh man. Who's more extroverted? I'm gonna say it's Sweet B out of you two. Or what do you consider yourselves? Introverts or extroverts? Really.
I think we both are.
Probably now, yes.
We both are.
Probably.
Because remember, I come from a comic background, so I can tend to get out there and get a little crazy myself, but I do it in different ways,
Are his jokes really funny? Let's keep it 100, guys. Let's be real. Let's get into the real.
His jokes are really. His jokes are really, really funny, but also too, you have to know him to know his personality and to know him, because also too with him, when he jokes around too much to an extent, sometimes when he's in pain, his way of dealing with the pain is by joking a lot.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's his humor. But see, I know that I can tell.
Mhm.
So, and I've learned that about him. But see, I've always been a very, very shy person. When I met him, I was shy, but
Hmm.
it's taken so much. And for like, we've been together for 25 years. So these whole 25 years, it got to the point where I'm not really, I'm not shy anymore. I'm like, okay, whatever. It is what it is. Or, like sometimes when we go out with people, when we go out, I'm like, you know what? I don't care because I'm really not a dancer. I'm really not. I mean, after having enough alcohol in me, I can move once the music is there and whatever. But sometimes I'm like, you know what? I don't know these people. I'm not going to see them tomorrow, so I can care less. I don't care what you think. But before I used to be extremely shy because even growing up, when it would like the teacher would say, raise your hand to do something in class, I would not do it. I didn't want to speak in class. And even going to college, when I had to stand in front of the room to do my psychology paper, I did not want to do it. Not want to do it. I was so afraid. But now I can do it without a problem.
Yeah, for
And to
sure.
take the mic, I don't care. I'll just take the mic and I'll just start going around the room.
And I'm the
Yeah.
opposite. Teachers
Yep.
kick me out of class.
Oh,
Yep.
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's
I
a good.
challenge them.
I can see that.
Well, I'm a career educational person. For me, going to school was just for fun.
Mhm.
And I love challenging teachers. I love it.
Really
And
interesting.
yeah, no matter what you're teaching, I can challenge you with it. And they used to hate me for that. I said, my mom, my sisters used to get phone calls. Come pick him up, please. Come get him. Take him home. He doesn't need to be here today. Even in college, my my computers teachers used to tell me to sit in the hallway, give me a chair and tell me to sit in the hallway. Like, why? My psychiatrist teacher actually put me out of the school. I wasn't allowed to come to the class at all. I had to stay outside the school till the class was over. Because I used to ask her, she used to say things and I used to ask questions about it. And she's like, how do you even know that? Why are you asking these questions? And why am I not asking these questions? And why not? I didn't come here for you to just read a book to me. So they used to think. And the reason behind that is my sister, my older sister, Janet. When I was younger, starting off probably around 7, her thing was if you're standing around, get a book. To the point where by the time I was 10 years old, I've already read War and Peace, The Fall of the Roman Empire, all these big books that look like adults should be reading in college. I was already reading them. And she used to always say, okay, when you're done with that, we're going to quiz you. And she would go in on quizzes. And if I didn't get an answer right, go read the book again. And psychology books, chemistry books, everything was the same way and stuff. And it was just, I love her to death because she made me who I am, basically. My aunt was a nurse. She pushed the nursing books and stuff. So between the two of them, I am me. But my sister was funny. She's like, you done all the books I gave you? Yeah. Start with encyclopedias. We're going to start with A.
Oh, wow.
And she used to hand me a different encyclopedia as soon as I'm done with one.
You seem definitely like a jack of all trades, from DJing, paramedic, to tech field, to army.
Cook.
Well, not in that order, but you're definitely a
Cook.
jack of all trades. Oh yeah, cook. You're definitely a jack of all trades. So what's next for you? Like, what would you guys like to see, like the next 25 years, or especially being together? Like, do you guys have any kind of goals or anything for the future? Like, 25 years, I'm sure,
Well,
goes by just like that, right?
I know we talked about it. She wants to have her own event hall to do her own stuff and stuff like that.
Nice. That's awesome. I can see
So
that.
that's something we're working on for her.
Yeah, because I'm also a party planner.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
I
And
could
my
see
boss.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah, and your boss. Yeah, I was gonna say,
And my
who's
boss.
bossy? Who's
Yeah.
bossy in the relationship?
That's my boss,
You are.
or AKA my pimp. Yeah. So every time somebody comes to me, I need to do a party, I just point, talk to her.
Well, you're very organized and detail oriented, so I could definitely
Yes.
see event
Yes.
planning and doing all that. Like, I could
Yeah.
definitely see that for
Yeah.
sure.
But
You guys should.
she has that. I myself, I'm into the animals. So, I'd like to open up my own ranch somewhere. I can have all the huskies, all the dogs I want. Take all the homeless dogs, put them on one big ranch, and just be there.
Mhm.
That's me. I love my dogs, my
For
animals.
sure. So then what about you, sweet bee? What would be like, what would that look like to you the next 25 years of just being
Well,
together? What you guys would like to
big
do?
house with my kitchen.
yep, a big house. Yes, a big house with his big kitchen with his pantry, his walk-in pantry. Obviously, I have to have the ideal laundry room because I love doing laundry, except
Oh my
ironing,
God.
except ironing.
Laundry?
But like you said, I since I am a party planner, I want to have my own catering hall, and then it would be better for me instead of us having it, me keeping party supplies and have bins in my spare bedroom there because I refuse to rent out a storage space. Yeah. I just want to have that. I want to be my own boss. I don't want to work for anybody for the rest of my life. So I want to be my own boss. And by doing that, then we can also filter in. We have our own party hall. He can have it for his stuff. Also, when since he's a veteran, we like to do things for the veterans. So then we can do we can house meetings there for the veterans. We could do a lot of stuff. Also, we know a lot of DJs that we also can, have them when someone said, well, do you know a DJ? Okay, yes, he's a DJ, but we know other DJs too that we can also recommend them as well. And I also want to work with anyone, if I know people who are photographers, to also do that as well. But yes, I like to work with people and help as much as I can. And like you said, I am very, very organized. My job makes me very organized. So I have to be that way. And I guess I have my mom to thank for that. Growing up, she always kept me organized and straight. So yeah, it just keeps going.
That's awesome.
So I kind of keep him going. When we're doing certain things, I'm like, okay, yeah, like when we're doing like the Soca Sunday Ray Train or the reggae, I'm like, okay, here's the lineup. Here's the lineup. We got to get this done. Got to get the flyer out because he does the flyers. I'm creative, but I don't have that creativity when it comes to the flyers. I mean, I can look at it after you're done and then I'll say, okay, this looks good, or we need to fix this. But when it comes to trying to get the whole point together, that's not me. I'm creative in other ways, but
Yeah,
he's got
for
that
sure.
creativity. Yeah.
Well, you guys definitely complement each other well. How are you doing, Kent, mister? Good to see you. We got JT Smooth. How you doing? Good to see you too. Been a minute. It's good to see you. Yeah, so thanks for coming through. You guys, if there's any questions, drop them in the chat. We're going to be wrapping up in a couple minutes. So I was going to say Real DJ Rich, if there's no holds bar, like you had all the money in the world, you could basically do whatever you want to do when it comes to DJing, what would that look like to you?
Ooh, what would that look like for me? If money was not the object?
Yeah, you could pretty much you could think big, like anything that you could think of. Could be an arena, could be doing tours around the world, who knows? Could be even in the White House, although I don't know if I'd want to DJ in the White House.
Yeah, I
But
don't know about that one.
Touring around the world would be
I think I think touring around the world would be nice. I'd like to be back on the road again and stuff, not just military on the road, but I like to be back on the road, go around a couple places I haven't been in a while since I've been back, I
So
definitely love to go.
performing?
I definitely love to go to Germany
Mhm.
and do some stuff in Germany because Germany is the place when it comes to partying. That's a nice place right there.
Have you been to
Amsterdam.
Germany or
Yes, I have.
what places
been
when
to-
you were stationed in the army, and what position were you and what places did you go to as well?
I am ranked as a sergeant, as a combat medic. I have been to, let's see, Korea, Japan, Alaska, Korea, Japan, Alaska, Sweden,
Iraq.
Germany, Iraq, Afghanistan, Egypt.
You said Alaska?
Yeah. I'm just trying to think of what else. Just about all of the major places I need to go to. I've been to. Yeah, because my
that's
unit
great.
was my unit was is considered the only rapid deployment area out of Alaska.
Mm-hmm.
and stuff. We're what's called the Arctic Rangers. You know, we jump out of planes, of course, you know, but
Wow.
we ship from Alaska because from Alaska we can go to any place on this planet within the matter of a couple hours
Hmm.
and stuff, a lot faster than most people.
So
So,
touring, it probably has kept you like really open, even as a DJ, like open to the world, open to
oh yeah,
cultures, to people, to just like
hmm
change, right?
yeah, and stuff. Yeah, I mean, different places I've been, I've seen different things. I've heard different music. The people, you know, it's not like I tell everybody I meet here in America or New York, get out of New York City. This is not it. This is
Hmm.
not your
Interesting.
epicenter as people think it is.
Yeah.
Get out.
Yeah.
But all you know, because when I first left for the military, people was like, "Oh, don't go to Germany. They're gonna hate you in Germany.
Mm.
You're black. They're gonna hate you." I got more love in Germany than I got in the States. In
Wow.
most of the places I've been, I have more love than I've seen in the States. You know, so I don't know who propaganda, whatever, started those stereotypes about Americans would not be loved in other countries. You know, just like any other place, just as bad as New York, you have to be careful. Yes, but don't say you're not going to be loved because I've been loved every place I've been to, everywhere. Well, I forgot Hawaii. That's what I forgot.
Hmm. Why do
Yeah,
you say, like, kind of, get out of New York or like, I know why you're saying that because I
yeah,
completely agree with
because
you
most
coming from Toronto, like, because we're
right.
taught this, like, number one, like,
This
this is
is
the
it.
number one.
Yeah, this is it.
Exactly. Until you
No,
travel other places in the world, like, people are
yeah,
much happier in other
yeah.
places.
Even in some of the Muslim countries I've been to, you know, yes, there's bad stuff happening, but you know, the general population are good people.
Mhm.
And just like I said it before to one of my friends, I said, listen, I don't care what part of the country you're in, there's good and bad people doing the same thing. People, and so his answer to me to that was, but they're terrorists. And I said to him, what do you call the ones that do the same stuff in America? Right?
Hmm.
You
Mhm.
got people bombing people here. You got people killing people here. What do you call them? So you got to look at it from a global perspective
Because
because there's
they're
things
taught that
happening.
too, right? They're taught
Yeah,
that in their
yeah,
countries of how we
exactly.
are in this country, which is not always
Right,
truth, right? So it
right,
is.
exactly.
I was watching something on North Korea, actually. I've been fascinated just researching, like, what's happening there and what they do there. Um, Actually, one quick crazy story, guys. I remember emceeing and hosting an event in Toronto, and there was a Korean group that came up. This is the worst mistake I've ever done in my life as an MC and a host. It was like a good 600 people there, and I welcomed them and I introed them as being from North Korea. Was supposed to say
Oh,
North York, right? And I had all
mm,
these Koreans be like, "No, no, 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 no!" Like they're all like yelling at me. I didn't know what was going on, right? Because everyone was coming at me, and you're in a you're on a stage with
yeah,
bright lights in front of 600 people. You make the worst mistake. That was probably the worst mistake I've ever made in my life as an MC or host, and they're
yeah.
like, "No, no, 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 North Korea." Like they're all mad, right? And I can't. I'm like, What am I saying? I don't even know what I'm saying." And then I realize, oh shoot, that was supposed to be North York. But anyways, going back to that,
Read.
researching
Yeah.
North Korea, it's very fascinating. Like just
Mhm.
like what they're channeled and what they don't see from here,
Right,
and how
right,
they're conditioned and told what we are here on this
right.
side of the world, which is so not true. And you know what I mean? Like just all, and
Mhm.
we're getting censored too. And you guys, I'm sure, are going to be getting censored a little bit more in the States, but we are in Canada as well with our news. So
Mhm.
it's kind of interesting, how we're taught, people across the world are villains or other cultures or other
Yeah,
places, and creating wars and all
yeah.
this craziness when people are very human and just trying to live. You know what I mean? Like,
Mhm.
but I agree with what you're saying about New York and
And that's the
how,
thing.
yeah,
Like I
go
said,
ahead. Mhm.
with all the reading I've done and stuff I've done, the researches I've done and stuff like that, um, I found out that there's a lot of untruths here in America. I mean, yeah, America might offer you a lot of things that you can't get somewhere else, but a lot comes with it also. you know. And I always say to people, anything that happens in America, look back a couple of days or a week before it and see what was happening prior to it happening.
Hmm.
And the reason I'm gonna say that is like, let's take the World Trade Centers for
Yes,
point,
I was just thinking that.
right? What was happening prior to that happening? Think about that one.
I don't
Wall
even
Street.
know. There's
Wall
so
Street
much.
was crashing.
Hmm.
There was a lot of problems with the banks. Where Wall Street was crashing, the banks were closing. You know, and they, you know, in my military training and education, they always say the best ways to control a country is between war and fear. As long as you have those two on your plate, you can control anybody, and religion is a backup.
Hmm.
And that's the way we're taught
Hmm.
and stuff. So, you know, but not to
Yeah,
get
it's
too much
very,
on that side of the world.
yeah. No, but it is,
Or
it is,
politics.
Or
yeah, it is
politics. Yeah.
fascinating, but it
Yeah.
is good that you're kind of aware and
Yeah.
I feel like people that have serviced in the army or wherever they came
Mhm.
from, like gone to different countries, they have just such a unique perspective on life and,
Mhm.
you know,
Yeah.
being open to other places and other things too. So I think that's good. You got to do a
Yeah.
lot like in your life, right? And in your career and that sort
Mhm.
of thing. How you doing, DJ Junie C? Good to see you as well. Nice
That's the
competition.
trucker.
Yeah, nice competition earlier. You're definitely killing it. We got
Mhm.
DJ Cal Money D as well. Don't you get dizzy in your truck? So for all you guys that don't know, he plays in his truck.
Mhm.
I'm like I'd feel so dizzy playing in there. I don't know. But it's
He's a
very
veteran
unique.
also.
Yeah. Oh,
Yes.
I don't know if I knew that about him. That's
Yes.
interesting.
Junior C is
DJ
one of my
Cal
brothers. Yep.
Money D, he looks like he came from the army, you know, because he's all like buffed. Cal Money D,
Mhm.
so he looks like he's
Mhm.
definitely come from the army. We got DJ Diamond, great show earlier as well. Got to catch some of you guys. Um, yeah, and Tilt says it's great meeting different people. So yeah, make sure you guys are adding them. Uh, you know, the link is going through my chat. Real DJ Rich and his wifey Sweet BX also does a show too. So make sure you guys, they're kind of new to Twitch, guys, like just a year. I thought you guys were on for a couple years. So I think you're the first that I've interviewed in a while that's been on like so recent, which is really great. Do you guys have any goals for Twitch, like what you want to see with your shows or just with your community as well?
I would say the only thing I want to see is more inclusion as far as more with the DJs. I want to see more of the women and the men together. Not such a separated platform. I mean, it's not the platform itself is not separated, but you can see the separation is there, bringing us together more, and also bringing the gamers back into it, you know, fully more.
Well, not just gamers, just
Because
other
yeah,
streamers.
all the streamers in
Yeah,
general.
the
Because
gamers. So
you
true.
know, like she was saying before, I've actually started working with some of the gamers. They've actually reached out to me and asked me would I stream for them while they're doing their gaming competitions and stuff. So I have a couple DJs. I mean, not DJs, a couple gamers that I'm talking to about that, and they'll, you know, we're working through the setup and how they're going to run it and how it's
Yeah,
going to
you
work.
should definitely do that. Now that they have the
Mhm.
Twitch, if you guys figure out the Twitch thing, you know, the new setup for Twitch, how you could add different
Right.
shows. Let me
Yeah.
know if you figured that out. I think I kind of figured out StreamYards, but it took a long time to
Right.
figure that out with different streamers playing music, getting the
Mhm.
audio right. But
Right.
if you have the Twitch, if you guys know the Twitch setup, let me know. But yeah, you should definitely do that with other gamers. That's great, you know? I was thinking about doing that with a sketcher, but I didn't know how to figure out the audio,
Mhm.
you know, with
Mhm.
sketching. So, or a painter, you know, something
Yeah.
different. Um, we got V Kirk in the building. Thank you again. Oh, thank you, V Kirk, for those bits. Appreciate you.
Do that.
Thanks for coming through. Who else we have? There's a few people
Yeah.
that came in the door. DJ Furious Flame, thanks for coming
Mhm.
through as well. We got DJ Dot 718. So you
Yeah.
guys don't have any questions before we leave? Drop it in the chat if you got any questions for them. We got some tea.
G Dot
Have-
is an amazing MC in my area here.
Oh yeah,
Yes.
DJ G
My
Dot.
brother DJ Lou Diamonds is in the house.
Yeah, G Dot lives in our community,
Yeah.
actually, our
Ooh.
complex.
Yeah.
Oh
Yep.
wow. Okay, I'm gonna have to check you
That-
out. Is he on Twitch
that's-
too, or no?
Yes, but he's more a gamer than anything else right now on Twitch. I'm trying to get him
Okay.
there.
Ooh, we
Yeah,
got DJ
and
Lou Diamonds in the building as well. Good to
now
see
that
you.
is that is a man that if you need help on Twitch to reach out to. I call him Sensei. When I first
Oh.
got in Twitch, there was a lot of stuff I could not figure out how to do, DJing wise, how to make my computer work the way it's supposed to. Lou Diamonds logged into my computer and had it fixed. And
Oh,
he's helped
nice.
a lot of people fix their stuff up. What's up, Coob?
Yeah, I am
Yeah.
DJ Coob. Good to see you, DJ
Mhm.
Lou Diamonds. Great to see you as
Yes.
well. He says he appreciates you. Let's see here. DJ Baby D says, I like this show. Thank you. I appreciate it as well. Yeah, so make sure you guys are following them and feel free to hit the follow tab. This is strictly my talk show channel, but my other channel is a music channel too, as well. I'm waiting for some questions to come in. I'm surprised they know you in here, but they're not asking you any questions. So
I know, they're scared.
Ask away with the questions. Don't be afraid,
Come
guys.
on, you guys, come on. Let's get
Just
some
to let you
questions.
know,
Yeah.
DJ Baby D is a legend with himself. He used to he was the DJ for the Fever here in New York City.
Oh, really? Oh, wow.
Yes.
Okay. I'll have to check
The
him.
original DJ for the Fever in New York City.
Oh, DJ Baby D. Does he spin on Twitch? I don't think I've
He
seen.
sure does.
Oh,
He
maybe I
sure
have.
does.
Oh, I have. Okay, I'm looking right here. Oh yeah,
Yeah.
no, I already added you. Okay, no problem. I don't think I really see you on much though. I'm gonna have to check you too. Some of these shows. So yeah. So I'm just looking to see if you guys got any questions. Drop them in the chat. We're gonna be wrapping up soon as well. And I know you guys
Yeah,
kind of mentioned what you would like to do as a couple and some of your job goals. Now I usually ask this question. It's always a bit deeper too. Dirty Banana asks,
Yes.
when will you be grandparents?
Well, according to my daughter, yes, I'm going to be a grandfather again. According to my daughter, they're going to see her on Friday. And if everything goes right, they might induce her on Friday.
Oh, wow. So it could be
And
any
her
day.
name, my granddaughter's name is Winter. Will be Winter.
Oh, I love that. How many kids do you guys have?
Oy.
2.
He has 5 children. We don't have children together.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
So
but
5
he
kids.
has 5 children. Mhm.
So they all grown pretty much, I guess?
Yes.
Yes, 5 children. How many grandchildren now?
You have Winter will be your 7th grandchild.
Yeah.
Yeah, because in the beginning he said he was married for 25 years, and then he's also married, guys, for if you're just coming in now. I'm giving you guys a rundown of the tea. And so now he's married to Sweet Bee for over 25 years too. And I was trying to calculate in my head. I'm like, when was he married? In elementary school? Like, this guy looks so young. It's like, what the heck? What are you drinking? What are you eating? Because
Well,
you
yeah.
know, he looks
Yeah,
young.
together for 25, but
You
married
guys
for
both
what
look
else, like
young.
13?
Mhm.
Yeah,
Thank
you
you.
guys are both a
Thank you.
good-looking couple. You guys both look like good together, So
Thank you.
not saying I've had too many ugly couples on my show, but I'm just saying that
I'm
looking at
saying.
you two side by side, I'm like, they actually look like a really good couple, good-looking couple together. So,
Yeah. People tell me I don't look my age, but yeah.
oh, you look, yeah, I didn't want to ask or at all, but
I'm 53. I just turned 53 in
yeah?
October.
Yeah, you look
Mhm.
younger. You guys
Yeah.
both look young. Like I was thinking like maybe like late 40s, like definitely not 60s at all. Like I would have
Mhm.
never expected real DJ Rich,
I know a
So
lot of people don't believe me when I tell them that.
looks like the cooking's working well. The cooking's working well for you guys. And the
Thank
what
you
is
so
it,
much.
the coquitos, is that how you say it?
Coquito.
Yeah, those are working well too.
Haha, bartender.
So, okay, so I'm going to leave you guys with this last question before we raid out. But and you guys kind of touched based on it, but if there's anything to add, go ahead. But if you had like 1 year to live, only 1 year, what would that 1 year look like to you guys? And what legacy would you want to leave behind? I know it's a bit of a deeper question, but if there's anything, there's no right or wrong answer. It's just whatever comes to mind. If you only had that 1 year, what would you guys want to do, and what legacy would you want to leave behind?
Well, for me personally, I'd want that 1 year. I would take that 1 year and live it to the best that I possibly can. No holds bar. And obviously, since we personally don't have children together, but I mean, I have 5 stepchildren, and plus my nieces and nephews that I also have. I'd want to leave a legacy behind for them, teaching them the best that I possibly can, to be the best that they possibly can, to do everything that they can. Because, like, we just went to my niece's house for Thanksgiving. She's 25. She's married and has 3 kids, and she cooked the entire meal, everything herself. I was
Wow.
so impressed. She's my niece and also my godchild. That's all I said. I'm so happy for you. You're 25 and look what you just did. You did an amazing job. So, yeah, just be the best that you possibly can and just live no holds bar.
That's
Go for it.
awesome. I love
Full
that.
throttle.
Yeah, definitely love that. What about you, real DJ Rich?
Well, if I only had a year to live, first thing for me personally, the way my mind works is I'm not even going to think about the year. I'm just going to keep doing as best as I can. Currently, right now, I have one student out there running around amok. No, he's doing good though, and stuff. DJ Doc X is actually one of my students. He's out there right there. G Dot, as he just asked a question, he's one of my other students I'm working with right now. And of course, my house is always open. You know that already, G. And I tell that to everybody that our doors are always open. Like I said, education is my main thing. So I'd love to push education as far as I can push it and stuff. Help as many people that want to learn how to do DJing so the next generation can take over and continue the music and stuff, which is what we thrive for. We try to help people learn and push them forward. So when we go, somebody else is doing it. We don't want it to stop. But
Yeah, for sure. Awesome. Well,
try
thank
to
you
be as
guys.
love as possible.
Yeah, it's definitely been a pleasure getting to know you guys a little bit more. And, I appreciate you guys coming on my show too. Hopefully, others in the chat room have learned a little bit more about them as well. So make sure everyone in the room is adding Real DJ Rich and, of course, Sweet B, BX as well. Catch their raids and, of course, her gaming show, her games that she has online, and his DJ Twitch shows as well. I'm just seeing if you guys can see if there's anyone you'd like to raid into. We could definitely do that if you guys can see. I don't know if you can or not.
Excuse me.
Hold on.
Let me check. I don't know who's on.
She's already
Okay.
on.
Yeah, no problem. Yeah.
Who's on? No.
Spartacus is on.
There you go.
Let's go to DJ Spartacus.
Right. The fam right there, Spartacus. Have you guys met him real time? I'd like to meet Spartacus. I haven't met him
Not
at
yet.
all. No? I'm surprised
No.
you guys, because isn't he in Connecticut or
Yes.
somewhat close? Well, I don't know if that's really close by.
It's close. Close
I'm
enough.
not sure where he
Yeah?
is.
Yes.
Oh,
Okay.
okay. Yeah, let's great pick. Spartacus is a really great guy. He's fam, you guys, so make sure you guys are sticking around for that raid for Spartacus as well. All right, so we will go to DJ Spartacus. Copy my raid
Gracias,
message.
mis damas, gracias.
Yes, you could copy my raid message. And also if you just want to let them know when you guys are on next so they could catch you too.
I'm actually on tomorrow. The Reminisce Raid Train. I'm on that tomorrow with DJ Rasheen.
Rushing.
Okay. What time are you on
Yes.
at? I'm trying to think.
That
I have a show.
is
You're on at 5 p.m.
5 p.m. tomorrow.
Oh,
Yes.
5. Probably only 5 to 6, right? I
Yeah.
guess.
For tomorrow.
Okay.
Yes. Yeah. I'm
If
on
you're
again
on
on Friday. Yes.
later, I could have rated into you because I'm doing another talk show tomorrow. So when
What
it's
time
done,
is your talk show?
I think it's 7 to 9 with cool DJ Frank, you guys. Do you know cool DJ Frank? I think he's
I
out of
think
New
so.
York or Philly. Like he's worked with some big artists too in the industry. So yeah, I'm doing another show probably till 9 o'clock. So if you guys are on, I'll if not, that's okay. But I'll look out for you guys if you guys are on.
Okay.
I'll be on tomorrow at 9.
Oh, you'll be on at 9. Okay.
Yeah,
So, and
I'll be
which
streaming.
time are you? What time are you going till? Or
I stream in tomorrow. I'll be streaming at 9, and most likely I go until midnight.
oh wow. Okay. So I'll look out for you tomorrow then to raid in. I'll make a note of it so I don't forget. I'll definitely raid you tomorrow after the show then. Sometimes we go a little bit later, like today, but I'm gonna try to
Fine.
see. If not, I'll find you. How you doing, Clarky? Good to see you as well. Okay, so let's rate Spartacus. Thank you guys. Do you want to just say a shout out to anyone in the chat before we raid out too? Or I'll start
Sure.
the raid.
Thank you, fam. Red Jello, Fuego,
Diamonds,
Dirty Banana Bartender, Lou Diamonds, Baby D,
yeah.
Miss Garcia,
Everyone.
everyone in the chat, even people that we don't know. Thank you. It's been fun hanging out with you and actually getting to know you a lot better and not just seeing you play. So it's been fun.
Yeah,
Like
for
said,
sure.
The door is always open.
Mm-hmm.
We're only a step away. Give us a call, text, whatever. She makes the best freaking burgers. So
Oh
make sure
man,
you
if I
come
come
get
to
one
New
when
York,
she
I'm
does it.
hitting you guys up. I'm hitting you guys up
better.
for sure. Yeah,
You better.
and let
Her
me know about
burgers are the talk of Twitch.
I'll invite myself on your raid trains too, some of them, because some of them
course.
that you have coming up, I'm like, yeah, that's definitely, I'd
Yep.
definitely be down for. So you guys, and also the females, the ladies, I know they're looking for some more women, so hit them
Yes.
up if you're interested. Thank you guys for coming through. Stick around for Spartacus. He's a really great guy. He's like fam to me as well. We got Red Jello, and that guy could beat out anyone when it comes to sit-ups and push-ups and pull-ups. I'm just saying, like Spartacus got some serious muscles going on. So you got to stick around at least for that, But we got Dirty Banana, Red Jello. Who else? Kent, Mr. Clarky, Tilt. Thank you for the bits earlier, and V Kirk. We got DJ G Dot, JT Smooth, DJ Lou Diamonds,
Appreciate
DJ
you all for coming
Fugo,
through.
that's been with us, and everyone else, you guys, DJ Baby D, and everyone else. If I've missed anyone, Michelle Cakes. Thanks for coming through, you guys. Okay, so I think it just raided out. I'm going to raid one more time. Have you guys been to Toronto? I was going to just ask. I forgot to ask you that. Have you been to Canada?
No, I've never
That's
been.
I have.
Actually, I take it back. Sorry, I've been to Toronto once for work.
Oh,
She only got a
okay.
lot of family up in there.
Yeah, you guys
Yeah,
got to
what?
come. If you guys ever come, definitely message me. And
Okay.
if I'm in New York, I'll definitely message you guys to link up.
Okay.
Yeah.
Great.
But thanks for the interview and sticking around a little bit longer. And I'll look out for you tomorrow to raid into you as well.
Great.
Yeah.
Great.
Awesome.
All right. Okay.
Thank you.
Have a
Thank
great
you.
night, you guys.
You too.
Bye. Good
Care.
night.
See ya.
Bye-bye.
See you guys too in Spark.